time, and we'll come back and we'll get to the introduction of starting lineups right after this on the Rural Radio Network. Everybody all set with the playing of tonight's national anthem. Now we're ready for the introduction of starting lineups, brought to you by Western Nebraska Community College. From diplomas to degrees, it's for me, and you can always learn more at wncc.edu. Lady Bearcats, under the direction of head coach Dave Bolish, come in with a record of 7-5. They will be in the road red jerseys and shorts for tonight. Let's meet the starting five for the Lady Cats. Mariah Avila comes into play, averaging 6 points. She had 15 on Saturday last weekend in that championship game loss at the GNAC in Columbus against North Platte. Izzy Wright, a 5'4 junior. Next up off the bench is Yada Garcia, the team's leading scorer. The 5'7 senior averages 17 a game. Aubrey Krentz, a 5'6 senior, averaging 12.5 points per contest. And Emma Foote rounds out the starting five. She's a 5'6 junior. And she'll do the dirty work, a role player, 2 points, 3 rebounds per game. Now for the Mitchell Lady Tigers, head coach Sean Harvey, record is 7-4. Quincy Johnson, a big 6'1 junior post player, averaging 5 points, 5 rebounds. Jaden Kano, a player in the backcourt, 5'3 junior, averages 9 points a game. She's their leading scorer. McKenna Chambers, a 5'9 junior, averages 6 points per game. Also in the starting lineup, Ainsley Hessler, a 5'9 senior. And finishing out the starting lineup tonight for the Mitchell Lady Tigers is Margie Schmidt, a 5'5 sophomore. So they go Schmidt, Johnson, Chambers, Hessler, and Kano. For Scottsbluff, Krentz Garcia, Vila Wright, and Emma Foote. Just about set for opening tip, brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff, where it's always love at 425 degrees. Dan Marshall and his crew do a great job. That's Papa Murphy's in Scottsbluff. And make sure you register for the Papa Murphy's Text Club for a sweet deal there. It'll be Chambers jumping center against Izzy Wright. High school basketball coverage tonight here on 106.9 The Trail. We'll have things on KNEB.TV in just a little bit. 8 minutes on the clock. Whistle about to blow. There it goes. Ball is in the air, and we are underway. Mitchell controls our Papa Murphy's Pizza opening tip. Jaden Kano has it poked away momentarily by Mariah Avila. Now a little baseline penetration. Ball gets batted away. Mitchell maintains. A three off the right wing. Missing everything that time was McKenna Chambers. Avila the long rebound. Outlet pass up ahead. Three would not go. Out of the left corner for Aubrey Krentz. Kano's got the basketball for Mitchell. Scoreless, 30 seconds in. Margie Schmidt back to Kano. Older sister Kenzie in attendance here tonight. Got a quick whistle. And our first foul tonight, that's going to go against Aubrey Krentz. Mitchell inbounds into the backcourt to Margie Schmidt, a 5'5 sophomore, averages 3.5 points per game. Now Chambers dribbles inside the arc, Bounce pass to the left wing. Little runner off the right leg that time. Would not go for Jaden Kano. Rebounded by Krentz. Emma Foote. Outlet pass to Yada Garcia. And we're going to get a whistle and a travel called against Garcia. First turnover of the night for Scottsbluff. Coming off a loss last Saturday in Columbus in the afternoon against North Platte. That was the championship game of the GNAC tournament. They went 2-1. Got a win over Gearing. Now Mitchell throws it away. That creates a 2-on-1 break the opposite direction. And Krentz finishes with the layup. Aubrey Krentz, our first 2 points of the night. Averages 12.5. Was mentioning wins over Columbus and Gearing last weekend. So a nice true road win on Columbus's home court against the Discoverers, but could not overcome. They were down 14 at halftime against North Platte. Clawed back quickly early in that third quarter, but could not get over the hump and get into the winner's circle. Mitchell outlet pass. They find Chambers, who lays it in along the left baseline. McKenna Chambers, and we are tied 2-2 here, a minute 30 seconds into our opening quarter. Avila. Pass is stolen away by Chambers. Now, she never really possessed the basketball. Kicked around a little bit, picked up by Avila. Avila to right. Open look, and the high arcing three would not go for Yada Garcia. Quincy Johnson the rebound, and now Scottsbluff comes up with a steal. Second turnover for Mitchell. Krentz dribbles left. With the basketball now is Izzy Wright to Mariah Avila. Mitchell's in the zone defensively in the right corner with it. Emma Foote. Good find on the perimeter to Krentz. Three ball off the iron left side. Rebounded by Margie Schmidt. Lofts it over a defender into the hands of Jaden Kano. She'll rush it into the front court. They run two defenders at her. Schmidt down low. Good ball fake. And off the square for a layup. It counts for McKenna Chambers. She's got two early field goals. The first 4 points of the night for Mitchell. And the Mitchell girls leading Scottsbluff 4-2. And that foul goes against Yada Garcia. One each on Garcia and Krentz here in the first 2+ minutes tonight. Chambers at the foul line where she's shooting 51% on the season. Can't knock it in, but Mitchell comes up with an offensive rebound. Quincy Johnson lost it down low. Ball goes out of bounds. A Mitchell turnover. Their third here early. And the lead stays at 4-2 for Mitchell. Boys action a little bit later on. Garcia hesitates as she comes across the timeline. Bounce pass to a cutting Emma Foote. Had to get rid of it to avoid falling and being whistled for a travel. Up top, Garcia. Again, Mitchell in his zone. Mariah Avila has the basketball. She hit 5 threes, scored 15 points in that loss to North Platte. Out of the corner, left side, a three ball won't drop for Izzy Wright. Ball batted around, knocked away out of bounds, last touch by Mitchell. Couple of substitutions now for Scottsbluff. Brady Lockemer and Callie Wright come into the game. Avila will inbound along the baseline. Quickly it comes into Krentz. Catch and shoot triple, too strong. Rebound on the backside, grab by Hessler. Schmidt fires a pass up ahead to Chambers. Couple of dribbles. Shot partially deflected as it left the right hand, and Scottsbluff has it. Yada Garcia is going to go to the rim, finds an open shooter, and after the pass was made, Callie Wright not the shot down, but we get a whistle and an offensive foul, a charge called against Yada Garcia. Just like that, 2 fouls on Yada. 4:49 to play, first quarter action here at Mitchell tonight. 4-2 lead for the Lady Tigers. Kano will bring it across the timeline into the half-court set for Mitchell. Spin dribbles. Entry pass hit the side of the backboard. Avery Hobbs into the game for the first time as Mitchell turns it over. 4 turnovers in the early going. Still on the floor with 2 fouls. The three-point shot would not go for Yada Garcia. Nasty fall right there for Avery Hobbs. And we're going to get a whistle, and they're going to have to get somebody out to check on her. She got knocked off her feet, back of her head. I think hit the floor pretty hard. I think she's sharing a laugh with the official, and looks like Hobbs is okay, so that's great to see. And now a full court press applied by Scottsbluff. And Mitchell turns it over here right near midcourt. 4-4 the score. Hobbs will come out, and they're going to get a look at her. So better safe than sorry with a possible head injury. Schmidt checks back in. Garcia stays on the floor still with those 2 fouls. Mitchell stays zoned defensively. Callie Wright, bounce pass just around the foul line area, right into the hands of Aubrey Krentz. Can't knock down the mid-range jumper. Rebounded by Quincy Johnson. Schmidt has it from Mitchell. Left side wing, Chambers with the basketball. Dribbles out high, loses it. Ball is picked up off the floor by Callie Wright. Tracking it down defensively for Mitchell was Jaden Kano. Mitchell already with 6 turnovers, though. And we're still tied 4-4. We'll see the freshman now enter the game for the first time for Scottsbluff. Peyton Berta. On the year, Berta off the bench, averaging 7. Inbounds pass right to Berta. High arcing 3 wouldn't go. Rebound comes off long. And grabbing the miss is Schmidt. Schmidt across the timeline. Kano on the wing right side. Skip pass to the left wing to Hessler. Now in the corner. 3 is up for Angelica Gutierrez. A little bit short. Scottsbluff wants to run. Avila. Foul and a blocking foul called on Mitchell. Mariah Avila will get 2 shots at the free throw line. See, this one's on for Mitchell. They haven't put it on the scoreboard yet. Krentz will check in here in just a moment. That foul goes on Margie Schmidt. Good effort to try and get her feet set to draw the charge. Just got there a little late. Avila knocks down the front end of this 2-shot opportunity at the line. She's a 55% free throw shooter on the season. Got them both, and Scottsbluff goes in front 6-4 with 3:28 to play. We'll see if they can make some hay right now with the full court press. Kano lobs it across the timeline to Hessler. They run 2 defenders at Hessler. Lob underneath. Ball batted around, saved along the baseline. They'll say now out of bounds. It'll stay on the Mitchell into the floor. 6-4, Scottsbluff leading by 2. Mitchell basketball. Entry pass comes to Quincy Johnson. Can't get it to go. Scottsbluff looking to run again. Mitchell hustles back, and they get everybody back defensively, and now they force a turnover. Long pass up ahead, a 2-point field goal on the layup for Ainsley Hessler. Comes off Scottsbluff's second turnover. Tied at 6 here in the first quarter. Now we get a whistle and a travel called against Peyton Berta. Third turnover for Scottsbluff. Mitchell works against the pressure. They'll get it to Kano. Kano, again, lobs it up the floor, all the way down to along the baseline in the half court. Knocked away. It'll stay Mitchell basketball. 2:48 to play in the opening quarter. Hessler to inbound. Jumping to the corner, unable to get it to Kano. And now we're going to get a shooting foul called against Brady Lockemer, and 2 shots at the line for Gutierrez of Mitchell. A timeout taken. This will be a 30-second break. We'll keep it right here. Angelica Gutierrez will head to the line for Mitchell when we come back out of this break for both these teams. Huddling up. No one sitting down. 6-6 our score with 2:46 to play. Lockemer picks up the personal. 4th team foul called on Scottsbluff. Yana Garcia has already been whistled for 2, but she has been on the floor the entire way so far. Out of the timeout, Lockemer. Izzy Wright. Avila. Krentz and Garcia. Hobbs, Kano, Johnson, Hessler, and Gutierrez right now for Mitchell. 2:46 to play. Angelica Gutierrez knocks down the first. She's a 79% foul shooter. Excellent mark at the stripe so far this year. 11 games in. And Gutierrez sees the second roll off the iron right. Rebounding right. That's Izzy Wright on the board for Scottsbluff. Yada Garcia. Finds Izzy Wright. One dribble into the corner. Pass goes to Aubrey Krentz. Dribbles inside the arc. She's inside the paint. Gets it to Lockemer. Now Mariah Avila. Garcia wants the ball along the baseline. Instead, it's Krentz from the outside. It won't go. Rebound. Backside board to Yada Garcia. Will not go. Ball loose on the floor. Whistle. Timeout taken by Sean Harvey. Heads up timeout there by the Mitchell head coach. 2:17 to play. Again, this will be a 30-second stoppage in action. Jeff Kelly's got Gehring on the road at Sydney tonight. Coverage on 93.3 KMOR. Jeff will have TV and radio tomorrow for Gehring's home doubleheader against Newcastle, Wyoming. Here tonight on the Trail, 7-6 our score. Mitchell leading by 1 as we come up on 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. Chambers, Hessler, Gutierrez. Hobbs and Kano for Scottsbluff. Wright, Lockemer. Garcia, Krentz, and Avila. That's Izzy Wright. Dangerous pass, and now a whistle and a foul called on Mariah Avila. She banged into Jaden Kano, trying to jump the passing lane and come up with a steal. First foul on Avila, 15th foul on Scottsbluff. Kano will inbound. Bounce pass comes into Avery Hobbs. Hobbs, I think she got away with a double dribble right there. Kano catches in the corner. Check that, Gutierrez has it. Now Chambers. .157 to play. We get a whistle and a foul called on the Tigers. This one will go against they've got it on the board as number 34. No 34 on the floor. Oh, yeah, we've got that foul going against Brady Lockemer. Her second. Miss shot Mitchell. Rebound quickly to Scottsbluff. Out of the corner right. 3 off the heel of the iron from Avila. Would not go. Rebounded by McKenna Chambers. Minute 35 seconds to play in the first quarter. Chambers brings it across the timeline. Now kicks it away. Avila's got the basketball. Avila goes from the right side of the floor with the left. Can't get the layup to go. Mitchell grabs the miss. Mitchell's turned it over 7 times. Lucky to be leading this game by a point. Hessler holds now Chambers. Chambers now going to go to the bucket herself. Got the layup to go with the right hand. McKenna Chambers has 6 of Mitchell's 9. They lead by 3. Lockemer catches near the left corner. Bounce pass to Avila. She'll dribble it out near midcourt. Give it off to Izzy Wright. Yada Garcia whips a beautiful pass. Found an opening. Made the connection with Lockemer. Excellent look right there by Yada Garcia. That's the best pass we've seen either team so far this evening. Lockemer on the receiving end to bring Scottsbluff to within 1. It's 9-8. 49 seconds to play. And Lockemer makes it a 3-point play. Scottsbluff 3 for 3 at the charity stripe. We're tied 9-9. 49 seconds to play in the first quarter. Jaden Kano, half spin dribble, came back to her right. That freed her up. They get it down low to Quincy Johnson. Shot wouldn't go. Offensive rebound, Mitchell. Margie Schmidt has it. Puts it on the deck. Off the square. A field goal for the sophomore Margie Schmidt. Mitchell goes back in front. 11-9. 25 seconds to play. Avila works against Chambers. Berta open look. That's going up every time. Off the heel of the iron, and that ball bounces up and over the backboard. Mitchell will get it back. We'll see if they're able to play for the final shot and get a good look here in the closing moments of the first quarter. Kano across the timeline. Leaves the bounce pass for Avery Hobbs. And Hobbs got high with the dribble, a little loose, and lost it out of bounds. 8 first-quarter turnovers committed by Mitchell. 9 seconds to play. Now it's an opportunity for Scottsbluff. Get it up the floor quickly and find a shot here at the end of the quarter. Avila hits the floor, lost her footing, ball loose. They get it to Izzy Wright. Her three-point field goal at the buzzer goes awry. Opening 8 minutes in the book here tonight, and Scottsbluff and Mitchell in a tight one. It's the homestanding Mitchell Tigers leading the Scottsbluff girls 11-9 right now on the West Coast scoreboard. Glad to have you along tonight. Scottsbluff High girls and boys doubleheader action tonight, close to home at Mitchell. Lady Tigers with the 2-point lead, 11-9 here as we start the second quarter. Scottsbluff basketball. Yada Garcia just bullies her way to the bucket, can't score, grabs her own miss, and the putback in for 2. Garcia ties the game at 11. I'm courtside here at our Logos broadcast location. Stop into Logos. Jeremy and his staff will custom design it, print it, have it ready for the game. No job too big or small. That's Logos in downtown Gehring. Missed 3 ball for Jaden Kano, but an offensive rebound for Quincy Johnson. Got fouled on the stick back, and she'll shoot 2 at the line. Foul goes on Emma Herman, who just checked in for the first time tonight. Herman, a 6-foot senior in the post, picks up the personal. Scottsbluff's already committed 17 fouls, so Mitchell will be in the bonus the rest of the way here in the first half. And Johnson gets 1 of 2. Mitchell 2 of 4 at the line. On the perimeter with the basketball is Lockemer. Foot to Krentz. Krentz backs her dribble behind the three-point line. Emma Foot, she'll feed the wing. Outside, Yada Garcia gets baseline, got deep, feeds Krentz near the left corner. Off balance shot. Tough angle, used the square for 2, and Aubrey Krentz has her second field goal, both from inside the three-point line tonight. 13-12 as Scottsbluff goes back in front by a single point. Margie Schmidt throws a skip pass from right to left to Kano. With it in the corners, Avery Hobbs. She'll lob one to the right side of the floor, and that is touched by Garcia and then in and out of the hands of Margie Schmidt. 9th turnover. Of course, that number unofficial, but I've got Mitchell down for 9 at the moment. 6:45 to play in the second quarter. Yada Garcia, spin dribbles, finds an open shooter. Krentz doesn't release the basketball. Garcia will. Out of the right side corner. Check that defensive rebound. Grabbing underneath is Margie Schmidt. Schmidt into the half court. Offensive set now for Mitchell. She gets it back, lobs it down low to Johnson. Johnson to Chambers. Chambers dribbles inside the three-point line in a jump ball. You get a whistle and a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it with Mitchell. 6:12 to play in the first half. 13-12. 1-point lead right now for Scottsbluff. Schmidt looks to play it in. They get it to the safety valve, Quincy Johnson. Now Jaden Kano holds it out high. Nearly 2 minutes gone by. Second quarter action. Chris Cottrell with you courtside here at our Logos broadcast location at Mitchell High. McKenna Chambers handling the basketball. We're going to get a reach-in foul on the wing, on the perimeter, called against Aubrey Krentz, her second. So Krentz, Garcia, and Lockemer, all three with 2 fouls apiece. Herman out, Lockemer out, Berta in, and Emma Foote checks back in. .5:58 to play here in the first half. Chambers shooting 51%. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Ball comes off. Touch last by Scottsbluff. It goes out of bounds. Mitchell will maintain possession on their end of the floor. 5:58 to play in the half. Margie Schmidt whistle, 5-second violation. Could not find anyone to inbound the basketball to. Good defensive possession there for Scottsbluff, as they deny Mitchell after the Tigers kind of extended that trip down the floor. Good find by Mariah Avila. Unable to knock down the mid-range 10 to 12 foot jumper was Emma Foote. Mitchell runs it up the floor. Yada Garcia jumps the passing lane. Deflects that pass away out of bounds. It'll stay with the Tigers. 5:42 to play. Girls action, front end of our doubleheader tonight on 106.9 The Trail. Having a little bit of technical issues on the TV side. We do have the broadcast playing on our YouTube channel. Mitchell with a bounce pass to the mid-post area. Schmidt can't knock the shot down. Here comes Avila into the front court for Scottsbluff. Krentz on the catch, right wing. She'll dribble out near the 10-foot volleyball stripe. Avila, they move the basketball to the left corner. Patient baseline drive. Garcia off the backboard. She'll get a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play. Yada Garcia has 6 points. Avery Hobbs in for Mitchell. Izzy Wright comes in for Scottsbluff. Matching number 3s into the contest. Garcia on the season at 63% at the foul line, converts. And the three-point play for Yada makes it 16 to 12. Scottsbluff leading by 4 with 5:10 to play here in the first half. Ainsley Hessler to Avery Hobbs. She'll dribble to the right wing. Hobbs to Hessler. 5:05 to play. Yada Garcia takes the basketball away from Hessler. Spins from the left block to the right. Can't get the layup to go. Offensive rebound. Izzy Wright feeds the perimeter. Knocking down the triple is Mariah Avila. First 3 ball of the game for Scottsbluff, and they've got their biggest lead at 7, 19 to 12. Avila. Now Berta. Little help defense as she was playing her man. Just kind of reached in on the ball handler, poked it away, and they get a steal. Izzy Wright, now Krentz. Krentz again inside the arc. She'll use the square. Too strong. Rebounded by Hobbs. Mitchell killing themselves with turnovers right now, and a full timeout taken by Sean Harvey. 4:23 to go in the first half. We'll step away with them. 19-12. Scottsbluff up 7 right now on the West Coast scoreboard. Berta's three ball drops. Right back to a 7-point cushion, 22-15. Peyton Berta's got her first 3 points of the game on that three-point bomb. Gutierrez, dribble handoff. Mitchell looks like a very competent basketball team, and that just comes from this recent stretch of big-time success and younger players in the program coming up and expecting to have that same type of success. Just rubs off on that younger group coming through Mitchell schools. Berta can't get back-to-back trips with a three. Offensive rebound, Emma Foote. And the layup on the offensive board, 4 foot. Scottsbluff has already scored 15 points in the second quarter, 5 minutes in. Ball's loose, bounce pass down around the ankles, shoe tops of Quincy Johnson. She fell hard to the floor. Whistle comes, it's a jump ball. It'll stay with the Tigers. Down by 9, biggest deficit of the game for Mitchell at 24-15. Under 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Jaden Kano. Avery Hobbs shoots the three off the left wing, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul called against Berta, I believe, for Scottsbluff. Peyton Berta picks up her first personal. 10th team foul, double bonus time at the line. And shooting two will be Jaden Kano. Won't go for Kano. He's a 57% free throw shooter. She's a 48% three-point shooter. Gets 1 of 2 at the stripe. Lead is 8 for Scottsbluff. They have the basketball. Bounce pass to the corner. Good cut. After she made the pass, Berta got it back. Now a free throw line jumper too strong for Emma Foote. Strong rebound for Quincy Johnson. Gutierrez up the floor for Mitchell. Jaden Kano takes the feed, shoots the triple. Dangerously close to an over-the-back foul called against Johnson. No whistle. Scottsbluff grabs the miss. Berta. Now Avila left corner. So you've got Krentz, Berta, and Avila. All three big-time gunners for Scottsbluff. Another three ball is in the air and down. That one falls for Peyton Berta. Scottsbluff's connected on 3 triples here in the second quarter, and they lead by 11, 27-16. Jaden Kano dribbles inside the three-point line. Now they lob it down low. Good one-touch pass. Back outside to Kano. 3 wouldn't go. Unable to control the rebound. Berta, it goes out of bounds, and it'll stay on the Mitchell end. Margie Schmidt will check in. Gutierrez to the bench for Sean Harvey's team. 27-16 our score. 1:48 to play in the half. Mitchell will inbound. Another one of our fine high school sports sponsors is Russell's Automotive, your family-owned go-to for all those quality automotive repair needs. That's Russell's Automotive. 3 for Schmidt, hits the side of the backboard. Scottsbluff grabs the miss out near the foul line. They look to run. Avila picked up her dribble. Foot to Berta, looking for her third 3 of the quarter, and she's got another. Peyton Berta's got 9 in the quarter. All 9 from downtown. Scottsbluff leading by 14, 30-16. Mitchell coming off a home loss here Tuesday night. Quincy Johnson, right block, too strong off the square. Foot the rebound. And here comes Scottsbluff. Avila, 1:12 to play. Avila splits the defenders, picks up the loose ball. Berta looking for her fourth. That's off the iron right. Rebounded by Avery Hobbs. Hobbs will slow the tempo up and bring it across the timeline. To Kano on the wing left side. We go under 1 minute to play in the first half. Kano being hounded by Mariah Avila. Avila's just an Energizer bunny. She never stops. Down low, Johnson got fouled on the shot by Emma Foote. That'll be the first foul on Foote. 2 shots coming at the line for Johnson. She's 2 for 3 at the free throw stripe this evening. 44 seconds to play in the half. Scottsbluff leading 30-16. Johnson at 55% entering play. Snaps the net on the first one. Jamison Howard on for the first time. Now Callie Wright comes back on. Foot and Berta take a seat. 44 seconds to play in the second quarter. Johnson misses the second. Rebound to Scottsbluff. Lady Cats quickly. Now a bump. A little blocking foul on the perimeter is going to go against Margie Schmidt. Second foul on Schmidt. Gutierrez back on. Schmidt will take a seat. Both the Wrights are in along with Avila, Howard, and Krentz. 37 seconds to play. Aubrey gives it to Jamison Howard. Callie Wright to Sister Izzy in the corner right side. Dribbles into the paint. A little swooping one-handed jump hook kind of running across the lane. Won't go for Izzy Wright. Mitchell basketball. Jaden Kano. Gutierrez. They'll enter it to the low block area. Reaching around and picking up the personal foul is Jamison Howard. Scottsbluff doing a good bit of fouling here tonight. Double bonus the last few minutes. They picked up their 7th team foul in the opening minute of the second quarter. 20 seconds to play, but through all of it, Scottsbluff leading by 13, 30-17. As Johnson now 3 for 6 at the line. After that miss, make it 4 for 7. She's got 6 of their 7 points here in the second stanza. 13 seconds to play as we come up on the halftime break. In the corner, Callie Wright's going to fire the 3. Missed badly. Offensive rebound to Jamison Howard. She couldn't get the putback to go, and now Mitchell hoists at the buzzer. It won't go for Jaden Kano. Mitchell led by 2 at the end of 1, 11-9. Scottsbluff outscores them in the second quarter, 21-9, and we'll head to halftime with Scottsbluff leading Mitchell in our girls game tonight, 30-18 on the West Coast scoreboard. City Public Transit. They offer regularly scheduled accessible bus service serving communities in the Panhandle Monday through Friday. Reservations are required. Visit panhandletrails.com or call 761-TRIP. That's 761-8747. 12-point lead for Scottsbluff. Mitchell led at halftime 11-9, but Scottsbluff outscores them 21-7 in the second 8-minute session. Let's get to a check on the numbers right now. Brought to you by Arby's. They are the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. Scoring by quarter for Scottsbluff, 9, and then an outburst of 21. The outburst you like to see if you're head coach Dave Bolish. They've had 6 players score tonight so far in the first half. Leading the way off the bench, Peyton Berta has 9. She gets cooking, and you better watch out. That happened in the second quarter. She knocked down 3 triples for her 9 points. Yada Garcia played through early foul trouble. She's got 7. Aubrey Krentz with 4. 3 points for Brady Lockemer and 2 for Emma Foote. Scottsbluff leads 30-18. For Mitchell by quarter, they score 11 and 7. McKenna Chambers has 6 points here at the break. Margie Schmidt has 2. Ainsley Hessler with 2. 1 apiece for Gutierrez and Kano. And Quincy Johnson finished with 6. All of those coming in the second quarter, 4 of the 6 at the free throw line. A 12-point lead right now at halftime. Scottsbluff starting to take control. They lead 30-18 right now on the West Coast scoreboard. KHYYFM.com. Another one of our fine high school sports sponsors is Paul Reed Construction and Supply. They've been in business for over 35 years, headquartered in Gering. Also the Rockpile Division Service and Equipment, Paul Reed Construction on 10th Street in Gering. Halftime at the break, it is 30-18. The Scottsbluff girls coming off a weekend in which they went 2-1 in Columbus at this year's GNAC tournament. Got a win over Gering for the break, and they lose to Scottsbluff by only 4, 52-48. Still, Scottsbluff able to survive and win. Long road trip that morning. They played in the afternoon, 6 hours away from home in a pretty quiet and empty gym there at Columbus. And then Scottsbluff able to beat Columbus on day 2 before the championship game loss against North Platte. We'll come back with the third quarter, second half action on the way right after this on the Rural Radio Network. That opening possession doesn't take very long. Going right to the bucket right there is Emma Foote for 2 off the square. Scottsbluff now leading by 14, 32-18. Mitchell in the half court, and now they throw it away from one wing to the other. Too tall and unable to track it down, Ainsley Hessler. And Mitchell turns it over. I've got him down right now unofficially for 13 in the game. Yada Garcia hesitates. We see this from her almost nightly. She comes out of the locker room to start the second half and looks aggressive and tries to take complete control on the offensive end. Quick bucket. Scottsbluff has scored the first 4 points of the second half, and they lead 34-18. Things getting away from this Mitchell team here early in the second half. 34-18 the lead for the Bearcats. Inbounding is Margie Schmidt. Got close to a 5-second call. Inbounds pass comes to Quincy Johnson, and Johnson gets 2 off the backboard. Her second field goal, she's got 8 points. Yada Garcia might have got away with a push. She did not. A little shove with the off arm, trying to create some space, and Garcia whistled for her third personal foul. They kept her on the floor with 2 early in that first half. Avoided the third. No, check that. That is her 4th. I missed one along the way, so Garcia now with 4. They'll look to get a substitute in quickly for Yada. Well, that's a break for Mitchell and a tough one for Scottsbluff. Garcia's got 4, and she'll head to the bench. Coming in is Lockemer. So Lockemer, Foote, Krentz, Avila, and Izzy Wright. Kano, Hessler, Chambers, Johnson, and Schmidt, the original starting 5 tonight for Mitchell and head coach Sean Harvey. Hessler. Dribble handoff to McKenna Chambers. Chambers cut off. Good defensive footwork. Sliding left and right. Brady Lockemer. And Hessler lost the dribble, picked up the loose ball, slid with it, and called for a travel. 2 turnovers early in the third. Minute 30 seconds gone by. 14-point lead for Scottsbluff, 34-20. Lockemer into the corner. Emma Foote thought about the 3, instead puts it on the floor. Couple of dribbles. Emma Foote finding confidence in her offensive game. Knocks down a mid-range jumper off the dribble. Foote's got 6. Margie Schmidt cut off baseline. Scottsbluff is playing some solid defense here in this second half early. Keeping ball handlers in front of them. Entry pass to Johnson. Feeds the perimeter. Kano, wild driving shot, whistle, bailed out by a foul on Scottsbluff. That'll go against Izzy Wright. First personal on Wright. Second team foul here in the half on Scottsbluff. Kano to the stripe. Jaden Kano entered play at 57% from the foul line. Now 2 of 3 on the night. Make it 3 of 4. Didn't even touch the rim on either of those. Pretty pure at the stripe for Kano. Izzy Wright to Emma Foote. Foote being defended by a much taller defender in Johnson. Finds an open shooter. That's Mariah Avila in the left corner, and Scottsbluff now pedal to the metal on the 3-ball make for Avila. They lead by 17, 39-22, 5:35 to play. Ball loose out near midcourt. Lockemer dives after it. Krentz tries to hustle after it. As the ball went into the backcourt, I'll say touch last by Mitchell. Must have been a second deflection after Lockemer touched it. And the Lady Cats inbound. 3, catch and shoot variety will not go for Krentz. Ball loose underneath. Kano's got it. 4-on-4 the other direction. McKenna Chambers. Little loose with the dribble. Flips one up towards the rim, off balance and floating out of bounds. Rebound off the miss to Scottsbluff. Lockemer comes to a jump stop, and they're going to whistle her for a travel. Unofficially, that's just number 5 in the turnover column that I've got against Scottsbluff in this ballgame. 39-22. 17-point lead. Cats drop back man defensively. We'll see Peyton Berta enter the game for Scottsbluff at the next dead ball. Chambers picks up her dribble, finds Kano. They enter it down low. Johnson turns middle off one dribble. Turnaround jumper came up short. Over the back bound called against Margie Schmidt. Her third foul. Berta's in. Foot's out. Izzy Wright's out. And Emma Herman comes on. Leads at 17. And with the basketball is Avila. To Lockemer into the corner. Berta. It's going up. Left it short. Strong rebound by Quincy Johnson. She's an excellent rebounder for Mitchell. In transition, offensive foul called against Chambers. Drawing the charge is Avila. That's another one of her specialties. First foul on McKenna Chambers. A charge, 4:33 to go in the third. All Scottsbluff, 39-22. Berta has it. Mitchell's in his zone. Down low to Lockemer. Johnson went for the block shot instead of whistle, and a foul called against the 6'1 junior post player, Quincy Johnson. Here in this third quarter, Garcia bucket, but she's also on the bench with 4 fouls. A couple of field goals for Foote and one long-range bomb from Avila. 39-22. It'll stay that way as Lockemer misses the first. Lockemer a 46% free throw shooters all on the year. I had Scottsbluff 4 of 5 at the free throw line in the first half. Lockemer gets 1 of 2. And with 4:23 to play in the third, Scottsbluff has stretched it out to an 18-point lead, 40-22 here tonight at Mitchell. Jaden Kano, entry pass. Scottsbluff goes to some full court pressure, and they get a steal. Peyton Berta to Avila. So you've got that trifecta on the floor right now once again. 3 snipers from the outside with Berta, Krentz, and Avila. Pass goes directly off the face of Ainsley Hessler. She'll shake it off. Ball stays with the Lady Cats. We go under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Lockemer on the dribble. Cut off. Nice bounce pass down low to Emma Herman, who gets the layup. And now we'll get a quick whistle. Hessler still trying to shake the cobwebs out after she took that pass right in the nose. But Emma Herman gets that first bucket of the night. Good to see a contribution from Herman, who did not play a whole lot last weekend at GNAC. Kano to inbound for Mitchell. Again, full court pressure from Scottsbluff. The only games of the weekend here tonight for Scottsbluff. Double dribble called against Gutierrez. They get tomorrow off, and they'll play Tuesday at Cheyenne South, Friday at Cheyenne East, and a week from tomorrow home for Cheyenne Central. Timeout on the floor taken by Mitchell. 3:47 to play in the third quarter. Cats are up by 20, 42-22 on the West Coast scoreboard. We're halfway through the third quarter here at Mitchell High School. Girls action. Chris Cottrell on the trail. Glad you're along for high school basketball on a Friday evening. All Scottsbluff, they lead Mitchell 42-22. Bearcats have it with Peyton Berta. Bounce pass out high. They'll move it to the left side. Along the perimeter, the ball now in the corner. Callie Wright passed it to Krentz and then immediately cut to the bucket. You like the action, just could not hold on to the feed. The ball goes out of bounds. Scottsbluff, I've only got down right now for 7 turnovers. Sort of like our 3-degree guarantee we do on air every day. We should make that a game contest and check it out later. 3 turnovers. Am I close, high, or low? I'm usually in the neighborhood. We'll leave it at that. Avery Hobbs, one dribble cut off. Pass up top to Gutierrez, who knocks down a 3-ball. Angelica Gutierrez has her first field goal of the game. She's got 4 points. Under 3 minutes to go in the third. 42-25. Mitchell in his zone defensively. Peyton Berta's 3. Push underneath, called against Brady Lockemer. Third foul on Lockemer, 2:42 to play. Mitchell gets it inbounds, and Scottsbluff backs off the defensive look into the half court. Gutierrez near the right corner, lobs over top of the defense. Jumper for Hobbs at the free throw line. Karams off the iron right, rebounding Scottsbluff. Krentz has it. Been a quiet night for Aubrey, and now she'll pick up an offensive foul with a push with the off arm. Everybody looks at the official like, who, me? Right there in plain sight, the push with the off arm. It's going to get called nearly every time. Whether there's a lot of contact or forceful contact or not, just the look when you extend, it's bringing a whistle. In the corner, Hobbs. She'll hoist the triple. Offensive rebound. Hessler. Outside, Gutierrez can't get it to go. Ball along the baseline. We're going to get, what do we have, a whistle and a foul going to go against Scottsbluff. Quincy Johnson will come back in now for Mitchell. That foul goes against Lockemer, her 4th. Timeout on the floor, 1:49 to play. Third quarter action here tonight at Mitchell High. 42-25, breaking the action. Scottsbluff leading big here on the West Coast scoreboard. in the second quarter. They've led by as many as 20 here in the second half. Right now that lead at 17, 42-25 as both teams exit their huddles. Gutierrez, Johnson, Hessler, Hobbs, and Kano for Mitchell. Callie Wright, Krentz, Berta, Foote, and Herman for Scottsbluff. They close off the entry pass. Instead, they go to the opposite block to Johnson fading away. It won't go. Offensive rebound for Avery Hobbs. Johnson gets it right back to Hobbs near the right corner. They'll enter it again down low. Johnson, turn middle, help defense arrive, kind of threw her off her spot. She walked with it. 1:36 to play in this third quarter. Mariah Avila dribbles on the right wing. Bounce pass to Callie Wright out high. They'll move it left side. Jamison Howard. And we're going to get an offensive foul away from the basketball. And this will go against Izzy Wright. A bewildered look on her face. First on Wright. Mitchell catching in the corner. Hessler bobbled, lost it. Wright picks up the loose ball. Mariah Avila crossover dribble. Working against Tobbs. Now an offensive foul. Called against Emma Herman away from the basketball. Second foul on Herman tonight. We come up on 1 minute to play here in the third quarter. Mitchell with it in the half court. They throw back out top to Jaden Kano. Gutierrez to Kano. Now in the left corner, Hessler. Shows ball. Put it on the deck for a couple of dribbles. Lost it. And we get a whistle in a jump ball situation. Tied up with Quincy Johnson and Izzy Wright. McKenna Chambers will check back in now for Mitchell. Hessler will sit. 48 seconds to play in the third. Gutierrez plays it inbounds to Avery Hobbs. 45 seconds to go. It's 42-25. With it on the wing left is Gutierrez along the baseline. She stepped on it, and that'll be a turnover. I've got Mitchell right now for 19 of those. 31 seconds to play here in the third. Avila will trot it into the front court for the Cats, looking for their 8th win of the season. Callie Wright out high. They'll swing it left. Now into the corner that side. Izzy Wright along the baseline finds sister Callie. Right to right on the connection. Callie couldn't knock down the triple. And now we get a whistle, and Mariah Avila got tripped. Unintentionally, but a foul nonetheless. That'll go against McKenna Chambers. Avila bounce pass into Herman. Herman finds a cutter. Izzy Wright can't get it to go. Howard an offensive rebound. A reach-in foul called against Mitchell. Now it'll go on Chambers. Quickly 2 in a row, and that's her third tonight. 7 seconds left in the quarter. Izzy Wright to Callie Wright. 5 seconds to play. Avila aware of the clock, got it off the square, wouldn't go, but she drew some contact, and Mariah Avila will shoot 2 at the line. 0.2 on the clock, and Avila draws the foul. Scottsbluff will move everyone away from the line. And Avila too strong on the first. 55% free throw shooter. Yet hitting 42% from 3. Gets 1 of 2. And the buzzer sounds here. We've played 3 of 4 tonight at Mitchell after 3. Scottsbluff in control. They lead 42-25 on the West Coast scoreboard. No 6.9 the trail and KHYYFM.com. Chris Cottrell courtside here at our Logos broadcast location at Mitchell. Melissa Floach, your local American National Insurance agent. She offers auto, home, life, business, and farm and ranch insurance. See Melissa Float for your insurance needs. Scottsbluff has the basketballs. We start the fourth quarter. Peyton Berta shoots a pass to the left side wing to Aubrey Krentz. Gives it up quickly to Yada Garcia. Not a lot of court time here in the second half for Garcia, who's playing with 4. That'll be a blocking foul. Yada got it to go. Chance for a three-point play for Yada Garcia. Despite the foul trouble, still with 11 points in the game this evening. And it's back to a 20-point cushion for Scottsbluff, up 45-25. Yada misses it. Offensive rebound to Emma Foote. Foote with her by far and away most aggressive offensive game of the season here so far tonight. And that aggressive nature lends itself to good things happening. She draws the foul, and now she'll get 2 shots at the line. Foote shooting 45%, hits the first. She's got 7 points, came in averaging just 2 on the year. Foote a little short, offensive rebound to Lockemer. The stick back with the left won't go. Rebounding for Mitchell is Jaden Kano into the front court quickly. Kano lobs it into the corner to Hobbs. Hobbs holds the ball high above her head, finds Hessler at the left elbow. Mid-range jump shot. Too strong, rebounded though by Kano. Now a 3-wall. Downtown it goes for Margie Schmidt. She's got 5, her first triple. Krentz dribbles to the right wing, waves Berta to the other side of the floor. Now Yada's got it. Garcia hesitates, goes by a defender, left it short off the square, rebounded by Mitchell. Kano slows up the dribble, then she'll bring it across the timeline. Jaden Kano to Schmidt, hit that triple last possession. Already a minute gone by here, early stages of the fourth quarter. With it on the wing is Hobbs. Now in the corner, Hessler, right side. Back to Hobbs. Zone defense being played now, it looks like, for Scottsbluff. Jaden Kano, we're down to 6.5 minutes to play in the game. All Scottsbluff, they lead 46-28. Hessler goes baseline, slips a pass back towards the free throw line area to Chambers, who left it for Schmidt. You hear the whistle. A walk called against Mitchell, as traveling with the basketball was Margie Schmidt. 46-28. Scottsbluff has led by as many as 20. A bucket here, they'll get it right back to that number, and there it is, 48-28 on the driving field goal from Yada Garcia. 2 field goals in the quarter. She's got 4 points, now up to 13 for the game. Schmidt on the wing right, gets it to Kano. Now with it, Schmidt, down low Hessler, cut off, bounce pass, in traffic, loose ball, and a tie-up, and the possession arrow will keep it with Mitchell. Quincy Johnson Solid-looking junior post player for Coach Harvey. Inbounding. They get it to Johnson. Right back to Schmidt. Now outside Hobbs. Lobs it to the block. Johnson gets rid of that pass quickly and finds Jaden Kano, who knocks down the three. First field goal of the night for Kano. She's got 6 points. Came in averaging 9. Garcia to Berta. She hit 3 threes in the second quarter. That's her first of the second half. Dialing one up from long range. Leads at 20, 51-31. Johnson catches down low. And they're going to get a whistle and a call against Mitchell. Walking with it, Quincy Johnson. Emma Herman and Callie Wright check in. Emma Foote will sit, as will Brady Lockemer. Scottsbluff leading 51-31. Yada Garcia. Pass to the left corner. Aubrey Krentz couldn't get the three to go. Offensive rebound to Emma Herman. Outside, Yada Garcia shoots the three. Off the heel of the iron. Rebound comes off long. Grab there by Jaden Kano amongst the trees. Now Hobbs. Little baseline drive. Feeds the perimeter, knocking down a long 2-point field goal. They say a 2 for Margie Schmidt. She's got 5 in the quarter, 7 points in the contest. Leads at 18 for Scottsbluff. 4:37 to play in the game. Krentz catches right side. She'll dribble off a side screen and roll. Hitting the deck is the defender Schmidt. That's going to free up an open look for Berta. Dribbled into a step back three. She's got 5 threes in the game, and she has scored 15 points. Johnson catches right, block, goes baseline off one bounce. Got the shot up, took some contact, and Quincy Johnson will get 2 free throws. Got a feeling this Mitchell team is going to be tough coming down the stretch in C1 here in the region. They've got some good size for some of their guards. Johnson 6'1" in the paint. Players that aren't afraid to shoot the basketball. You knew there'd be a little bit of a drop-off going from some of the talent they had a year ago in the prior 4 seasons to basically a brand new makeup of a roster this year as far as playing time is concerned. One of 2 at the line for Johnson. On the other end of the floor, whistle and a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep at that end of the floor. Scottsbluff will inbound. Berta will play it in from the baseline. They'll set up a stack in a non-traditional spot out near the top of the key. Ball loose on the inbounds play. Another jump ball to call. This time, of course, Mitchell will take over possession. 3:57 left in our first game of the doubleheader here tonight. Hessler telegraphed that pass. Krentz left her feet and batted it right back towards her out of bounds. 3:50 to play. We're over halfway through here in the fourth quarter. Anna Kelly comes in now for Scottsbluff. The freshman will get some mop-up minutes late. Down low, Johnson. She goes to her left off the dribble. Can't knock it down. Kelly brings it up the floor. Krentz dribbles into the defender and then kind of back the dribble up, trying to create some separation. Kelly on the catch. She'll shoot the three. Left side, 3-ball falls for Anna Kelly. The freshman knocks one in from downtown. Biggest lead of the night now at 23, 57-34. Skip pass, high arcing pass from the right to the left side of the floor. Kano, Scottsbluff in a 2-3 zone. Margie Schmidt answers back with a 3 of her own. Mitchell now with 37 on the board. Schmidt has 8 in the quarter, double-digit scoring tonight. She has 10 in the ball game. A whistle and a timeout taken by Dave Bolish. 2:55 to play. a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Scottsbluff up big in our girls game, 57-37. High school basketball coverage. We'll have the boys contest coming up here in just a little bit. 2:55 to play in our girls game. Jeff Kelly tonight in Sydney with the Gehring-Sydney doubleheader. KMOR 93.3 and KMORFM.com. Out of the timeout for Scottsbluff, Taylon Holton, Emma Herman, Anna Kelly, Addie Wright, the third of the Wright sisters, and Peyton Bird of the freshman. And for Mitchell, Hessler, Johnson, Schmidt, Kano, and Hobbs. Kelly inbounds to Berta. Nearly kind of just dribbled near the midcourt stripe. Kept it on the right side of the floor, though. Berta on the bounce. Now Addie Wright on the catch. Up top, Kelly. They'll move it left side, Taylon Holton. Now in the corner, Peyton Berta. Berta gives it up to Wright. Wright will dribble near the top of the key. Pass wanted Kelly. Deflected away on the steal. Schmidt the other direction for the transition layup. Schmidt has 10 points in the quarter, 10 of the 14. We'll see Sabrina Harsh for Scottsbluff come in at the next dead ball. Now a double dribble called against Berta. .222 left in this one. Boys action to follow. Scottsbluff boys 10-1. Mitchell boys right now off a blowout win here at home Tuesday against Southeast. Their record at 8-3. Avery Hobbs skip past to Ainsley Hessler. Hessler got deep. She's going to get whistled for a travel. Across the timeline, Scottsbluff. Holton, entry pass off the fingertips and out of bounds, trying to get it into Sabrina Harsh. 57-39. There's 2 minutes and 4 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. Scottsbluff stays zoned defensively. Pass up top to Schmidt. Right side, Jaden Kano now in the corner. Hobbs, they'll enter it. Down low, Tegan Flick, a senior post player, into the game. Kano's shot comes up short. Kelly's got the loose ball. Kelly, the freshman, will spin dribble her way across the timeline into the front court. Kelly finds an open teammate. That's Holton, just inside the three-point line, right side. Kelly on the catch. She'll shoot another three. Knock another one down. Anna Kelly has 2 trays here in the closing minutes. Scottsbluff leads now by 21, 62-39. Hessler finishes with the left. Under a minute to go in the game. Harsh catches down low. Took the pass from Kelly. Sabrina Harsh missed the shot, and here comes Mitchell. That ball tipped by Harsh. Hessler has it. She'll shoot over Harsh. Ainsley Hessler's shot would not drop. Tipped away out of bounds. Last touch by Scottsbluff. Angelica Gutierrez enters, and taking a seat is Kano. Flick. Back out to the perimeter. They'll move it left side to Hobbs. 32 seconds to play. Skip pass to Schmidt. Flick. They double team her on the catch near the right block. Schmidt gives it to Gutierrez. Gutierrez. Couple of dribbles. Bounce pass into the left corner. Now out high. We're down to 15 seconds to play. And Angelica Gutierrez knocks down a three. She's got 7. That's her second field goal. Both have been from behind the arc. Kelly, we've got 5 seconds is all left in this one. Holton will hold the basketball. And the buzzer sounds, and this one is over. A final here tonight of 60-44. Our final score, the Scottsbluff girls improved to 8-3. 5. The Mitchell girls fall to 7 and 5. Final 60-44. We'll get to our Runs of Postgame show coming up here right after this on the Rural. Going to restart the playlist to make sure. One to two in Mitchell High School. Our girls' final score: Scottsbluff wins it 60-44. 60-44, the final score. Let's get to a post-game check on the numbers here. Brought to you by Arby's. They are the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. We'll start with the victorious Lady Cats. They abolish this team now 8-5. Scoring by quarter, they go 9, 21, 13, and 17. 30 points in the first half, 30 points in the second half. Let's take a look at the scoring totals for the Scottsbluff squad tonight. Leading the way was Peyton Berta. She had 15 points, all from behind the three-point line, and she gets going, is one way to put it. 3 of those 3 balls in the second, and she got 2 and 3 possessions in the fourth quarter. It can happen in a hurry with the freshman Peyton Berta, as she had 15 to lead Scottsbluff. Yana Garcia next in line with 13 points. 9 points, one shy of double figures, Mariah Avila, but she does so many of the other things. Always seems to play a solid ball game. Emma Foote played really well tonight on the offensive end. Very aggressive, something we have not seen from her for stretches throughout this year. She finished with 7. 6 points laid off the bench. Pair of threes for Anna Kelly, the freshman. Also tonight, Aubrey Krentz scored 4. Brady Lockemer scored 4 points. And 2 points in the game for Emma Herman. Now we go to the Mitchell side of the ledger. They were led in scoring by their lone double-figure scorer tonight, Margie Schmidt, who had 2 points after 3, finished with 12, a 10-point fourth quarter, including a couple of three-point shots. 9 points for Quincy Johnson. Angelica Gutierrez finished with 7. 6 apiece for Jaden Kano and McKenna Chambers. And Ainsley Hessler finished. The senior scored 4 points tonight. Once again, your final. A big win for the Scottsbluff girls on the road tonight at Mitchell, 60-44. The final score. Both these boys teams are out on the floor set to start warm-ups. The 20-minute clock is underway and running. Should be an exciting boys matchup here tonight. Plenty of offensive firepower for both these clubs. Mitchell has plenty of talent. Of course, you know what Scottsbluff brings to the table each and every night throughout the high school basketball season. Final score 60-44. Step away, and we'll come back with more on the Runs of Postgame show right after this. You can text me if there's anything I need to know for sure. Girls win it 60-44 over Mitchell as they pick up their 8th win of the season. Right now, let's get to our Taco John's player of the game. Peyton Berta led with 15. Yada Garcia played with foul trouble and finished with 13 points. We're going to go a different direction tonight. Like the aggressive nature on the offensive end, Emma Foote's been inserted into the starting lineup now. I think this was her 4th straight start. And starting to, on the offensive end of the floor, look like more of an offensive scoring threat, taking shots, looking at the basket, putting it on the deck, finding an open teammate off the dribble. Emma Foote starting to round into form for head coach Dave Bala. She scored 7 points tonight, a lot of minutes, and looked pretty solid in tonight's win against Mitchell. We'll go with Emma Foote as our Taco John's player of the game. Make Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gearing a game day tradition. You can unwrap the original before or after every game. Your Taco John's player of the game tonight in the win for Scottsbluff with 7 points, Emma Foote. We'll come back with more as we start to wind things down here on the post-game show. Boys game still to come. We're back right after this on the Rural Radio Network. To finish things up with the girls portion of our broadcast, Scottsbluff girls with the win over Mitchell, 60-44. They now are 8-5 on the season, and that is it for the weekend. They'll play again on Tuesday at Cheyenne South, then next Friday at Cheyenne East, and next Saturday at home against Cheyenne Central. Cheyenne week on the way, so just the one game this weekend here tonight for both the Scottsbluff girls and the Bearcat boys. Final score of 60-44. Right now, quickly before we step away, let's kind of set the stage for you. The rest of the way tonight. Actually, what we'll do right now is we'll take one more break here on the post-game show. We'll come back, and I'll tell you where you can find the Gearing games tonight, what our high school schedule looks like tomorrow. We've also got Cougar basketball tonight on the road with Chuck Schwartz. One more time out here on the Runs of Post-Game Show. We'll come back to me in just a moment, and then we'll get to boys coverage here very shortly on the Rural Radio Network. finish things up, we've got Gehring action tonight. Jeff Kelly on the road at Sydney. Bulldogs and the Red Raiders on 93.3 KMOR. Chuck Schwartz is over in Sterling, Colorado with the WNCC women and men's team in action tonight. Coming out of the holiday break for the women. The men played last weekend. They've got 2 games tonight at Northeastern Junior College and JC there in Sterling. And that'll do it for the Cougars this weekend as well. We'll have them on TV coming up at home on Tuesday against McCook Community College. Tomorrow, the Husker men. Sunday, the Husker women. NFL football each of the next 2 days as well. Just go to KNEB.com. We've got that broadcast calendar under the sports tab. You can find it anytime. Get you squared away for all your broadcasts coming up throughout the rest of the weekend. Final score in our girls matchup tonight, 60-44, as Scottsbluff wins it going away tonight over Mitchell. That'll do it for our girls broadcast. We'll come back in a moment, and we'll hear from boys coach Scott Gullion for Scottsbluff as they get set to take on Mitchell in what should be a high-scoring, or at least if not high-scoring, plenty of up-and-down action here tonight at Mitchell High School. We'll hear from Coach Gullion, pregame coach's comments coming up right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Chris Cottrell back on the Platte Valley Company's pregame show as we get set for girls and boys doubleheader action between games right now. Boys contest for Scottsbluff on the way at Mitchell tonight. So a rare non-long road trip for the Scottsbluff basketball program tonight. Time to visit with head coach Scott Gullion for the Cats. Pregame coach's comments brought to you by The Zone at Scottsbluff Screen Printing. Coach, let's just start right there. A road trip that's 10 minutes from your house probably, or at least it is me. That's not a bad thing.
You know, we've only had one true home game, and been up to Gillette and then over to Hastings or Columbus and up to Natrona. So I guess it's a road game, but it's not too far, and hopefully our home fans can come watch.
Let's go back to last weekend, coming off the holiday break, 3 games in 3 days in Columbus at the GNAC tournament. You guys win your first 2, come up a little bit short in the championship against Hastings. They give you your first loss of the year. Looking back to last weekend, more of a positive or more frustration? Where do you think you're at with last weekend?
No, I think things are moving in the right direction. I was pleased with the weekend overall, and I thought our guys battled in that game versus Hastings. I was happy with what we did overall. It's a game that you learn something in probably no matter what, but I think sometimes some flaws get exposed, and I think some of our stuff got exposed a little bit. So it's back to work for us, and sometimes that's good to be humbled a little bit or be shown that the things you're doing need to be improved upon, and sometimes a loss is something that does that more than just a close game. But I was very pleased with how our guys competed and battled, and we just needed to not foul so much, and we need to be more aggressive to get our chances at the free throw line, and then making sure we're adjusting the way the game's being called, and because that was the difference against Hastings was their free throw attempts versus ours, and so we need to adjust, and we need to get to the rim and get our own foul shots as well.
You mentioned back to work. What's been the focus at practice the first few days of the week?
I think just our offense, making a few tweaks here and there. I think one thing we got to do is screen a lot better and move a lot better, and then get the ball in the post. I think we've had success when we've gotten it inside, and we didn't do it quite as much in the game that we lost. But I've been pleased with our defense. So it was mainly offensive stuff, and we'll continue to work at that and continue to tweak some things and change some stuff up to help us be a little more successful.
I want to talk about Josiah Diolos a little bit, your senior point guard. Kid's been playing since his freshman year at the varsity level. He's been in every big game in his high school career that you guys have played. Earlier this year, set the all-time school record for assists in a career, and now he's 13 points away from the 1,000-point plateau. Overall, thoughts on this young man, what he's meant to the program, and some of these numbers that he's starting to pile up mean he's going to kind of, go down as one of the guys that's put up some of the best numbers in school history.
Josiah is a great kid, first and foremost. It's kind of been fun to see him grow up. I mean, when I got over here to Scottsbluff, I think he was a sixth grader, and I didn't really know who he was, and people were telling me he was grabbing the rim or dunking a little dodgeball or something like that in sixth grade. But to see him the way he improved, and then, he's a freshman my very first year as a head coach, and he plays on that team that gets the state championship and had key moments in that state tournament run. I mean, Aurora, he comes out, and I think he has like 6 straight points in the second quarter to really spark us. Makes some baskets in the state championship game. Just a kid that loves the game, loves to compete. We wouldn't be where we are as a program right now without him. And he's continuing to learn, and he's been coachable and made adjustments when was been asked to. So nothing but good things to say about Josiah, and he deserves any recognition or any numbers that he puts up.
Yeah, a lot of people would say, well, it's cliche when everyone refers to a certain kid or a certain player as first and foremost a great young man. I mean, he really is that. So it is not a cliche when we're talking about Josiah in those terms. This should be his type of element tonight, really your team's type of element. Chip on the shoulder of a team like Mitchell in their building, a team with plenty of talent. They can get hot and shoot the lights out. What's the scouting report on Mitchell this year?
Well, I told the guys last one of our practices that that Mitchell hasn't played us for a while, so we got a big target on our back from them because they are talented, as well as everybody else, just with what we've done in the first part of the season and what we've done as a program for the last decade. I mean, we're going to get everybody's best shot, so I expect to get the best shot from Mitchell. They got talent across the board. I think Austin Tyne is a really, really good player. He can score from 3 different levels. He runs the show, runs their team, gets guys shots. And then his older brother, Blake, he's a scorer, plays really hard. And then they got, Keaton Riker can shoot it. They got the big inside with Pieper. And then a couple guys who are really athletic. They get up and down. They can drive it. So I think their top 6 can compete with pretty much anybody. And as a team, they shoot it very, very well, and they like to get out and run, which I hope can help us a little bit when we get out and run as well. And I think we're at our best when we do get out and run.
Head coach Scott Gulliam for Scottsbluff with a scouting report that look at the Tigers tonight, brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty, and you get that lifetime warranty with every new vehicle purchase at Team Auto. Should be a dandy on tap coming up here in a few minutes. Scottsbluff and Mitchell here at Mitchell High. Coach, appreciate the time as always. We'll talk to you after this one wraps up.
All right, thanks, Chris.
We'll come back with more right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
You did the right thing. Just fly right through it. Play a break. We're all good. So this is break 21 then? It's away from opening tip-off here tonight with the Scottsbluff boys on the road at Mitchell. Scottsbluff comes in record-wise at 10-1. The Tigers are 8-3. Mitchell played on Tuesday night, got a 23-point home win, 83-60 over Southeast Wyoming. Took care of the Cyclones with little to no issues. Scottsbluff played last on Saturday, got beat in the GNAC championship game by Hastings. Also played on Thursday and Friday of last week and got wins against McCook and North Platte. Again, right now record at 10-1. And as you heard, Josiah Diolis, the decorated senior point guard earlier this year, became the all-time assist leader in school history. And tonight, a great chance to hit the 1,000-point plateau in his career. He is 13 points shy of 1,000 for his high school career. We'll have lineups and opening tip right after this when we come back on the Rural Radio Network. Lineups now brought to you by Western Nebraska Community College. From diplomas to degrees, it's for me. Learn more at wncc.edu. No changes for Scottsbluff. It's at regular 5. Josiah Diolis, Dawson Moore, Chance Parker, Jack Darnell, and Sam Clarkson. Diolis averages 19, Moore at 15. Parker averages 10 and 9. Now from Mitchell, plenty of firepower in the starting lineup for the Tigers. Keaton Reichert, a 6-foot senior, averages 5 points per ball game. Also in the starting lineup, Francisco Barrios, a 6'1 junior. He averages 9 points and 4 rebounds. Austin Tyne, their fine sophomore point guard, averaging 20 a game, shooting 42% from three-point range. Older brother, Blake Tyne, a 6'2 senior, averages 12.5 points a game, hit a game-winning bucket in the closing seconds earlier this year to win a road game over at Gehring. And the final starter tonight for Mitchell is their 6'6 senior down low, Jonathan Pieper, who averages 11 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 block shots. There you have it, starting lineups brought to you by Western Nebraska Community College. From diplomas to degrees, WNCC. It's for me. Learn more at wncc.edu. Scottsbluff in the road black uniforms tonight. Mitchell in the home whites. 8-3 for the Tigers, 10-1 for the Cats. These guys have grown up playing a lot of basketball with and against one another over the years. You see some smiles, some shaking of the hands. Everybody with a quick word for one another. Keaton Reichert walks back to his spot, and we are just about ready. Opening tip, ball in the air, brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza at 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. Tip controlled by the Cats. You heard Coach Golian talk about offensive execution, a real focus the last few days on the practice floor. A methodical opening possession. Dawson Moore has it. Wearing some black Asics. Sweet look down for the shoes tonight for Moore. Entry pass. They get it to Clarkson. That'll be a shooting foul as we get a whistle. Foul called on Francisco Barrios. That'll be his first personal. First team foul in the first 22 seconds at the stripe. Big Sam shooting 54% on the year at the foul line. Able to hit the first. Scottsbluff on the board first tonight. And I have a guess he will not shoot another three the rest of the year. He's 1 for 1, shooting 100%. And now Moore with a pass to Jack Darnell off his hands and out of bounds. He looks right at Dawson and says, my bad. Might not have been fully ready for that pass. Scottsbluff with a quick turnover. 1-0 lead. Barrios out high. Help defender shows up. That's Parker. Parker, we'll see if we get a switch. Parker now defending against Austin Tyne. Barrios dribbles into the paint, feeds the corner, and that'll be a turnover as Barrios throws it away, trying to get the basketball to Austin Tyne. Each team with a quick early turnover. Dawson Moore will handle the basketball across the timeline for Scottsbluff. He'll give it up to Chance Parker. Quick handoff to Darnell. Right side wing, 3 or 4 feet behind the arc. It's Dawson Moore. Now Darnell holds up a number 1. He'll put it on the floor. Bounce pass down low, Clarkson. Pump fake, reverse layup, and Clarkson has the first 3 points of the night for the Bearcats. They lead 3-0. Keaton Reichert handles for Mitchell. Pass to the left wing, Barrios. On the floor behind his back. Now Blake Tyne out of the corner left side. 3-ball wouldn't go. Rebound to Chance Parker. Dawson Moore brings it up the floor. Pull up and a stop and pop, and he gets it to go from about 8 feet. Had a wide open Sam Clarkson. Never saw him. Moore makes good on it and knocks in the short J. 5-0. Scottsbluff quickly leading early. Barrios hands it off to Blake Tyne. Gets it to Austin Tyne, shooting 42% from downtown. Bounce pass to Pieper, a finish with the left hand off the square. Good look from Austin Tyne. Pieper gets Mitchell on the board. Mitchell gets a steal as the Bearcats turn it over for the second time tonight. Up ahead quickly, Reichert. He'll fire from downtown off the heel of the iron. Up high for that defensive rebound is Chance Parker. Diolis has the basketball. Into the half court. Diolis, a spinning bounce pass down low to Clarkson. Stayed patient and went to the other side of the rim. A reverse layup. Pretty spinning bounce pass by Diolis. Clarkson has 5 of the first 7 for the Cats. Ball loose. They tried to slip a little bounce pass feed into Pieper. Couldn't handle it. Mitchell's turned it over twice. Both teams with 2 turnovers early. Dawson Moore shows the basketball. Now Chance Parker. Up top, Diolis. Needs 13 to reach 1,000 for his career. Driving along the baseline and now stepping on the baseline, Darnell. 7-2 lead for Scottsbluff. Austin Tyne has it. Sophomore point guard. Morrill head coach Terry Lofing told me a couple years ago, Tyne going in, 2 summers ago, he said, this is the best incoming freshman guard I've seen in the region in quite some time. And Tyne living up to some of that early praise, averaging 20 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists per night, shooting 42% from long range. Puts up a triple. Little strong offensive rebound to Pieper, attacking the rim. Tyne off the Pieper pass. Shot altered by Parker. Loose ball grabbed by Tyne. He stepped along the baseline. That's another Mitchell turnover, their third. 4:40 to play in the first quarter. 7-2 the lead. Darnell dribbles to the right wing. Off a down screen, catching out high is Dawson Moore. Now Diolis. He's got time defending. Goes to Clarkson. Clarkson had a shot blocked from behind by Pieper. Blake Tyne handles into the front court for Mitchell. Off the side screen. A fadeaway triple, it won't go. Defensive rebound to Parker. Diolis leaves it for Moore. Beautiful assist by Josiah Diolis. And a timeout taken by Mitchell. Already behind the 8 ball here early tonight on their home floor. Scottsbluff leading 9-2 as Dawson Moore finishes at the rim with his second bucket. He's got 2 field goals. Clarkson with 2 and a free throw. 5 and 4 scoring-wise with Clarkson and Moore covering all 9 right now for the Bearcats. Trying to bounce back off that loss in Columbus against Hastings last Saturday afternoon in the GNAC tournament final. And they lead early tonight. Quick little trip down Highway 26. Again, road trips for Scottsbluff this year have been to Gillette, to Casper, to Columbus. Next week, twice to Cheyenne. Still to come Denver and Rapid City. They have just 6 total home games this year for the Bearcat girls and boys. Out of the timeout, Mitchell ball. Blake Tyne goes to work against Jack Darnell. Couldn't get the runner to go. Offensive rebound. Pieper, he'll shoot a baseline jumper. About a 15-foot J right there for Jonathan Pieper. He's got both buckets for Mitchell. It's 9-4. Scottsbluff gets the field goal, and they lead 11-4, excuse me. Now Pieper can't convert. Defensive rebound grabbed by Chance Parker. Pull up 3 in transition. It goes for Diolis. And the lead for the Cats at 14-4. Diolis, as Scottsbluff gets a steal in the backcourt. Ball is loose. They're going to say last touch by Scottsbluff. Each team committed a quick turnover. (14-4) with 3:06 to play in the first quarter. Mitchell ball. Tyne on the drive. And strong in the upper body. Got it to go off the square. Blake Tyne in the book for the first time. And Scottsbluff now turns it over again. Stepping into a passing lane, Dawson Moore gets the steal, runs it the other direction, and the layup. Dawson Moore has 6. 16-6 our score. Scottsbluff leads by 10. Quick trigger 3 off the dribble. Falls for Keaton Reichert. Big shot for the Tigers. They draw within 7. Harsh into the game, Scott into the game. Sebastian left the feed for Chance Parker. Parker with the layup. 18-9 with under 2 minutes to play. Long 3 on the other end goes for Blake Tyne. He's got 5. Mitchell, back-to-back trays. They're within 6. It's 18-12. Quentin Scott now Harsh. Diolis behind the arc. Left side. He'll dribble into a 3-ball. Left it short. Reichert grabs the miss. Here come the Tigers. Reichert weaves his way through traffic. Gets it to Austin Tyne. Tyne being defended by Dawson Moore on the perimeter. Blake Tyne. Bounce pass to Reichert. Jab step on Harsh. He'll hoist another. Too strong. Rebounded by Diolis. Josiah one-hand outlet pass to Dawson Moore. Shuffled the feet, walked with it. I've got Scottsbluff for 6 turnovers here in the quarter. 17-12. It's a 5-point lead right now for the Cats. Mitchell trying to survive a few early body blows. Ryan Awayo is into the game right now. Now, Austin Tyne on the dribble. Feeds Pieper in the paint. Feeds the perimeter. Downtown, 3-ball goes for Keaton Reichert. Mitchell's hit 3 threes here in the first quarter, and they're within 2. It's 17-15. Diolis, nice look underneath, finishing at the rim on the layup, Quentin Scott. Back and forth we go, the tempo we expected between these two teams. Reichert ran into Pieper on the dribble penetration, lost it out of bounds. Combined 11 turnovers between the two squads. 25 seconds to play. First quarter. Dawson Moore holds. Scottsbluff's done a fine job this year scoring at the end of quarters, looking for the final shot and converting. They're setting up their offense. Diolis will run off a screen. Now he'll run off another screen from Harsh. Diolis catches, spins away from Awayo, goes to the rim, and gets the layup. Josiah Diolis right before the buzzer sounds. Scottsbluff goes up by 6 at the end of 1. It's 21-15 Scottsbluff. They lead it on the West Coast scoreboard. Control with you tonight on 106.9 The Trail. We've got KNEB.TV coverage and online streaming at KHYYFM.com. Scottsbluff leading 22-17 as we start action here in the second quarter. Keaton Reichert handles, now feeds the basketball to Barrios, puts it on the deck, working against Sebastian Harsh. Now Pieper has it. Barrios outside. He'll drive baseline left side, got deep, lost it, and the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Scottsbluff basketball. 22-15, 7:43 to play. Diolis sizing up Awayo, gives it to Clarkson. Now Quentin Scott hesitates. Harsh up top, Dawson Moore. Got a clean look, and he buries the 3. Dawson Moore up to 9 points in the game. Deflected shot. Moore defending against Reichert. Here comes Diolis swooping in, and a finger roll with the right hand. Josiah Diolis off to a fine start. Needed 13 points tonight to reach 1,000 for his high school career. Minute gone by in the second quarter. Reichert, dribble penetration, got it to Pieper, knocked away out of bounds. Last touch by Scottsbluff. It'll stay with the Tigers. Jack Darnell re-enters the game. Taking a seat, Quentin Scott giving quality minutes off the bench for head coach Scott Golian. I missed a basket along the way in that first quarter. Wrong night to do it with Diolis approaching a milestone. I believe he scored the one I missed. Currently, I've got him for 9. I've got a text message out to Dave Brunn standing along the baseline, but I can tell Dave has not checked his phone as of yet. Dangerous pass from Harsh, tried to get it to Clarkson, and now in transition, Dawson Moore runs into Rylan Awayo, and that'll be a foul on Dawson Moore. Blake Tynel inbound for Mitchell. Gets it to Barrios, 27-15, 6:30 to play in the first half. Awayo clears out. Along the baseline, Barrios hangs in the air. Can't get it to go off the square. Offensive rebound. Pieper. Shot won't go. Rebounding for Scottsbluff is Parker. Here comes Diolis. Another driving layup. Left that one short. And Mitchell clears the defensive glass. Barrios into the front court. Ball loose on the floor. Mitchell turns it over. Parker turns it right back over. And we're going to get a foul called against Mitchell's Francisco Barrios. Mitchell had 5 turnovers in the first quarter. Scottsbluff had 6. So Diolis now at 9. 4 points away from the milestone of 1,000 points in his high school career. 6:02 to play in the first half. Little wet spot on the floor. Diolis will walk it across the timeline. High screen from Parker. Clarkson on the catch. Left side, Darnell. He'll dribble into the paint. Feeds the right wing. Dawson Moore knocks in the tray. Dawson Moore has his second 3-ball of the quarter. Scottsbluff outscoring Mitchell 8-0 here in the second, and they are doubling up the Tigers 30-15. Strong drive for Reichert, and he'll be rewarded with 2 shots coming at the line. And Reichert knocks down the first. First foul shot of the night for Mitchell. Scottsbluff just 1 of 2. We've got a combined just 5 fouls between these two teams. 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. They get it to Clarkson. Good look by Darnell. He's got an assist on back-to-back possessions. This time the big fella scores it with the right hand. He's got 7. Balanced attack so far tonight for Scottsbluff. Diolis 9. Dawson Moore has 12. 7 for Clarkson, 2 apiece, Parker and Scott. And I think we're going to get a pseudo lane violation. Josiah Diolis from behind, really close and inside that 3-point line. I think that's where the violation came. Reichert being defended by Moore. 32-17, Scottsbluff leading big by 15. Along the baseline, Blake Tyne ran into Mount Clarkson along the baseline. Pieper with the loose ball. He's got it. They'll reset up top with Reichert. Austin Tyne, he's got Chance Parker on him in the corner. Pieper sets a screen and roll action on the side. Fading away out of bounds. Tyne had his shot altered, if not deflected by Parker. And Chance must have got a piece of that one. Chalk it up as a block as Mitchell maintains the basketball. Reichert, no whistle for a travel. Awayo, step back jumper. Little short, rebounded by Clarkson. 32-17. Diolis, 4 points away from 1,000 for his career. Dawson Moore, meanwhile, torching the net. He's got 3 trays in the quarter. He scored 15 points already. 4:33 to play in the half. Reichert dumps it off on a bounce to Pieper, kicked away out of bounds. It'll stay with Mitchell. 4 minutes, 28 seconds to play. Second quarter action. Chris Cottrell with you courtside. Our Logos broadcast location here at Mitchell High School tonight. Scottsbluff girls rolled earlier, 60-44. Cats have it back. Up by 18. Darnell sets the screen out high. Now he feeds Moore for another. This one will not drop for Dawson Moore. Shot that 3 ball out of the left side corner. Now Diolis works against Tyne. Tyne behind his back to try to get himself free. Launching is Reichert. Ball tipped. Grabbing the miss is Diolis. Stays patient. Eyes up on the drive. Hangs in the air. They're going to get a whistle and a foul called on the floor against Rylan Awayo. Isaiah Mendoza comes in. Diolis will sit for Scottsbluff. Again, needs 13 points tonight to hit 1,000 in his career. He's scored 9. Entry pass comes to Parker. Gets rid of it quickly to Clarkson. His pass deflected. Now Moore's got it in the left corner. Dawson Moore along the baseline. Gives it to Parker. Nice look, nice finish. Good team basketball right there for Scottsbluff. And Chance Parker has his second bucket of the night. Cats lead by 20 here at Mitchell. And now Darnell challenging the shot. Gets called for a foul. And 3 free throws coming for Blake Tyne. Tyne, the 6'2 senior, shooting 65% at the foul line. Too strong on the first. Lead stays at 20 for the Bearcats. Second of the 3 falls. Cougar basketball tonight on KOZY 1013. Gehring and Sydney on KMOR. As Blake Tyne hits 2 of 3, he's got 7. 37-19, the lead for Scottsbluff. Dawson Moore backs the dribble out. Sam Clarkson passes up what was a quick look at a three-point shot. Now down low. Parker steps in, steps through. Couldn't get it to go with the mini jump hook with the right hand. Instead, a whistle and a foul, and 2 shots coming for 6'6 senior Chance Parker. Averaging 10 points and 9 rebounds on the season. Scored 3 is all last time out in the loss to Hastings on Saturday. Catch that if you're watching on TV. After the miss, Blake Tyne just took a step into the paint and slapped a 5 to Chance Parker. Their opponents here tonight. Darnell with a low 5 for his teammate also. Guys have both teams played a lot of basketball with one another. Jaron Anderson in for the first time, a 6-foot junior. Chance misses both. Sebastian Harsh a rebound. Finds Chance cutting to the bucket, and he can't score it with the left hand. Blake Tyne across the timeline. Goes to work against Sebastian Harsh. Steps into a jump shot. Will not go. Clarkson the rebound for the Cats. Dawson Moore having a big first half. He'll back the dribble out. High screen set by Clarkson. Dawson still on the bounce. Flips it up with the left hand. Shot would not go. O-board Clarkson looks for help. They'll reset with Harsh out near midcourt. In the corner, Mendoza. Catch and shoot 3, and he hit the air duct up top. 37-19. We'll visit with Dave Bolish at halftime. Big win tonight for the Bearcat girls. Double-digit victory by 16 here on the road at Mitchell. Nice bounce-back performance against a team that's coming into the year had everybody's number for the last 4 years. Austin Tyne, it's been a struggle here in the first half for the sophomore Dynamo guard, and he can't knock down the tray. He averages 20. He's been held in check here tonight. Diolis now 2 points away from 1,000 for his career. Needed 13. He's got 11. Scottsbluff up by 20, 39-19. Keaton Reichert hit a couple of threes in that first quarter to keep things close. And now we're going to get a whistle and a foul called against the Cats. This will go on Isaiah Mendoza. First foul on Mendoza. 15 foul on the Bearcats. Dawson Moore re-enters the game. Looks like Chance Parker will head to the Pine here in the closing minutes. 1:58 to play in the second quarter. Austin Tyne, scoreless still on the night, averages 20. Tyne got Diolis really pressuring the basketball. Blake Tyne, Euro step to a left-hand layup, it won't go. Harsh outworks Anderson and grabs the defensive rebound for Scottsbluff. Sebastian gets it to Diolis. Needs one more bucket to hit 1,000. He's already the school's all-time assist leader. Chalk up another assist as Harsh lays it in. Sebastian with his first 2 points. The other direction, it's Anderson. And a timeout taken by Jason Gregory. Jaron Anderson into the book for the first time. Full timeout, 1:24 to play in the first half. Scottsbluff leading by 20 on the West Coast scoreboard. Just here in the second quarter, 1:24 to play in the first half. Scottsbluff leading 41-21. They have the basketball. Dawson Moore, Sebastian Harsh, Quentin Scott, Mendoza, and Diolis, the 5 on the floor right now for Coach Golian. Diolis needs just one more bucket. Dawson Moore can't knock down the 3. Rebounded. Good box out by Blake Tyne on Harsh. Tyne quickly up the floor to his younger brother, Austin. Diolis with the steal. Will this be in? He's going to attack the rim. Layup would not go, and a foul's going to go against Isaiah Mendoza. Under a minute to go in the second quarter. Halftime approaching, 41-21. Keaton Reichert into the front court with it for Mitchell. Mendoza defending. Reichert goes to his right. Steps through. Harsh blocks his shot. Ball back into the hands of Reichert. He fumbles it away to Harsh. Up the floor, Dawson Moore. We're going to get a blocking foul underneath called against Rylan Awayo. Second foul on Awayo, the 5'11 junior. And Harsh, or check that, Dawson Moore will shoot 2 at the charity stripe. On the season at the line, Moore shooting at 76%. He's made 3 threes in the quarter. He's got 15 points. Blake Tyne has been sucking wind for the better part of this second quarter here tonight for Mitchell. Squatting down in a catcher stance right now. This tempo catching up with some of the guys out on the floor here late in this first half. They wipe up a wet spot down underneath the bucket from that collision with Moore and Awayo. And Dawson Moore sporting some Asics on the feet tonight, looking sharp. Able to knock in the first free throw. Barrios replaces Awayo. Reichert, Tyne, Anderson, and Barrios on the floor for Mitchell, as Dawson Moore is up to 11 points in the quarter and 17 in the first half. Austin Tyne being pressured on the perimeter. 30 seconds to play. Reichert catches left side. Goes baseline. Good feed. Help defense came, and he left it for Anderson. Shot blocked. Outlet pass. Mendoza gets it to Scott. Shot wouldn't go. Offensive rebound cleaned up by Harsh, and we get a whistle. Jump ball. Possession arrow. It'll stay with Scottsbluff. 17 seconds to play in the half. Diolis needs 2 points to hit 1,000. He's on the floor. They screen away. Harsh pops to the right corner. Now they'll reset. And now they'll play it in. Harsh to Dawson Moore. Outside, Quentin Scott straightaway 3-ball. Tickles the twine. Quentin Scott with 5 first-half points, averages 2 on the season. At the buzzer, a 3 won't go for Blake Tyne. And you just weren't sure how this boys' game was going to play out. Could Mitchell shoot it well enough to hang around and give themselves a shot in the second half? At this point, you got to say no. It's 46-21, a blowout in progress. We've played 2 of 4 here tonight. Our boys' action at Mitchell. All Bearcats, Scottsbluff leading 46-21 on the West Coast scoreboard. Back on 106.9 The Trail, KNEB.TV, and online at KHYYFM.com. Scottsbluff boys leading at halftime 46-21 over Mitchell. Earlier tonight, the Scottsbluff girls get back in the win column with a 60-44 win here at Mitchell. Time to catch up with Scottsbluff girls head coach Dave Bolish. Coach, you had to be pretty pleased with what you saw from your team here tonight.
Yeah, I was excited about the way that we executed what we practiced. You and I spoke about that too. We doubled down on working on boxing out. I thought the Mitchell girls did a nice job. They did a good job using their bodies and athleticism, but we executed what we worked on, and I felt like we had success with it, and by taking care of the defensive glass, it opened up some of our offensive transitions. So that was nice to be able to actually get out and run, and I was really proud of the way our girls handled, some things out there on the floor, and we really didn't shoot it that great. Peyton shot it well, but as a team and as a collective, we didn't shoot it the way that we normally do. And so I thought that our seniors did a nice job of going and getting some buckets in the paint. Aubrey looked and got some dribble drives and got to the glass one time. Yato was able to get to the paint a couple times, get to the foul line. And, that ultimately kind of opened up our offense. So, that's the maturity of them as players. Not living and dying with the 3 and just knowing, hey, let's just go work for one here. And I was excited about it. We're going to have to work on our zone defense a little bit. We're not going to be able to man everybody with play last year, and that's why we kind of went to that there in the fourth quarter, just to get some looks, game speed against different opponents. And so, I'm super happy with the win. Great environment by Mitchell. Fun place to play at tonight.
This Mitchell team quickly. Obviously, our first look at them this year, I was curious what we'd see. I got a feeling they're going to be pretty good in C1 the rest of the way.
Yeah, I think so too. They got a couple kids that hit some shots, and they have good size.
The Johnson girl's pretty good down low.
Yeah, she does a great job. And I think she's patient, strong, actually plays pretty controlled. So I think they'll have success, as they move through their regular season. But, they've got there's some tough teams in C1 in the area right now. So
Peyton hit 5 threes tonight, finished with 15. Yada scored 13, played through plenty of foul trouble. Went ahead and gave player of the game honors to Emma Foote. She scored 7. That's a little nondescript, but only averaged 2. But since she's come into the starting lineup, it feels like game by game she's getting more aggressive, more confident. And when you're starting to look for things on offense, that just helps everybody out.
Yeah, 100%. The reason why Emma's such a critical player is because she's maybe the most dynamic passer I've seen in girls basketball, since I've been here, 7 years. Her vision is unbelievable. She's crisp, she's strong. Also just a great kid. Yes sir, no sir, can I do some more? What's it going to take? Just loyal as all get out. Just love that kid, super happy for her. She came off of a tough injury as a freshman and has been, arguably one of the most dynamic athletes at Scottsbluff High School because she's a three-sporter. She's a three-sport starter. She does a great job. You know what you're going to get with her, tremendous competitor. It's like you said, 7's not in the script, but if you had to go and look through her, how many rebounds she had, how many assists she had, what's her plus minus, she's going to be at the top of everybody's stat sheet.
Rest of the weekend off, and then a big week next week, Cheyenne week. South, East, Tuesday, Friday, home for Central on Saturday. Should be some fun stuff.
Yeah, hey, next week's going to be huge for us. We get great competition. It's busy, it's tough, it's long, and great quality team. I've told the girls, I genuinely believe this. Next week's probably going to be the week that determines whether or not we have the opportunity to possibly host a district final or not. Those games are going to be huge. They're going to be critical. So the kids are excited. We're excited. We're going to rest tomorrow. We're going to come in and get after it on Monday and get on the bus and go try to elevate one more level. I feel like we got better at GNAC. I feel like we got better this week. We want to do it one more time next week.
Appreciate you stopping by. That's Dave Bolish after a 60-44 win tonight here at Mitchell. Coach, congrats. Have a good day off tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you.
We'll come back with more here at halftime of our boys contest. Scottsbluff leading big 46-21 on the West Coast scoreboard. Appreciate it, buddy. Halftime of our Scottsbluff Mitchell boys game here at Mitchell High School tonight. Bearcats in front of the Tigers big 46-21. Time to look at the halftime numbers brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. First for Mitchell, scoring by quarter, 15, solid in the first, trailed by 6. Then a dry spell, just one basket from the floor in the second 8-minute session. 4 free throws, they score 6 is all. And they've got 21 at halftime. Just 4 players have scored. Keaton Reichert has 8. Blake Tyne has scored 7. Jonathan Pieper scored their first 4. That's his number. And Jaron Anderson has 2. Their leading scorer at 20 points a ball game is Austin Tyne, their sophomore point guard. He's been held scoreless so far through the first 2 quarters tonight. For Scottsbluff, big offensive night. You heard Coach Golian in the pregame show talking about wanting to see some improved offense here tonight, and he's gotten exactly that. 6 have scored, 21 in the first, 25 points in the second. 17 for Dawson Moore. Josiah Diolas has 11. Needs just 2 more points to reach 1,000 for his career. 7 for Sam Clarkson. Quentin Scott has 5. 4 points for Chance Parker and 2 points off the bench for Sebastian Harsh. A look at the numbers again brought to you by Arby's. We'll have the second half starting up in just a moment. It's 46-21, all Bearcats right now on the West Coast scoreboard. For second half action here tonight at Mitchell High School. Scottsbluff girls won big, and the boys, they're up even bigger right now here at the break. It's 46-21. 25-point lead to Scottsbluff, trying to bounce back, and so far doing it nicely after that loss Saturday, their first of the year in Columbus at the GNAG tournament, losing in that championship game to Hastings. Offense has been good, extra passing, balanced scoring. Mitchell starts with it here in the third quarter. Keaton Reichert dribbles to the right wing. He'll operate along the baseline, cut off there by multiple defenders, and his pass to Barrios on the wing sails out of bounds. A quick turnover for Mitchell to start the second half. 7:53, and Scottsbluff gets their hands on it for the first time. Jack Darnell will veer to the left. Clarkson posting, now Diolas. He'll use a high screen and a bounce pass. He thought Dawson Moore was cutting baseline, and absolutely nobody home as Moore was more faking baseline and going to hang around the perimeter. Quick turnover for the Cats. Maybe one area that Coach would like to see cleaned up here in the second half is the turnover category. Diolas, this time the connection with Moore, and he can't convert the layup. Offensive rebound for a moment. No one had possession. Eventually into the hands of Reichert. Barrios into the front court. And a whistle and a foul along the left side of the paint area. It'll go against Chance Parker. Inbounds pass to Reichert. Moore challenges the three, and it came up short, and a reach-in foul goes against Blake Tyne. First foul on Tyne. Nearly a minute gone by here in the third. All Bearcats in this one. Well on their way to an 11-1 record. Mitchell right now 8-3. In the corner, Diolas backs the dribble out. Now he'll go baseline. Got deep, left it for Clarkson. Pump fake. Goes up with the left hand. Shot too strong. Rebounded by Barrios for Mitchell. Barrios into the front court. Feeds time. He'll shoot it from downtown, about 3 or 4 feet behind the line. Deep three ball for Blake Tyne. He's in double figures with 10. Darnell. They clear it out on the right side. Now Dawson Moore. Crossover dribble. Frees himself up for a mid-range jumper, too strong. Austin Tyne grabs the miss. Here comes Austin Tyne, big bro. Blake on the catch and splashdown three ball. Tyne to Tyne. Blake's got all 6 for Mitchell, and Mitchell scored the first 6. Here in the third quarter, they trail by 19. Darnell's going to shoot the three. That's off the back of the iron, rebounded by Blake Tyne. He's hit 2. This is going to be a heat check 3 here in a moment, I would imagine. Reichert to Austin Tyne. He'll back away on the dribble between his legs. Now crossover middle. Feeds the corner. Left side 3. Keaton Reichert, it won't go. Rebounded by Parker. Diolas has it. Needs just the one bucket. Feeds Dawson Moore. And the turnover committed by the Bearcats. Timeout going to be taken by Scott Golian. Doesn't like what he sees coming out of the locker room. Can't blame him. Cats led at the break 46-21. Mitchell scored the first 6, and Scottsbluff's turned it over a couple of times early. 5:34 to play in the third quarter. We'll take a break. 46-27. Cats still up big on the West Coast scoreboard. Mitchell basketball out of the timeout. Came after a Scottsbluff turnover. Austin Tyne dribbling out near midcourt, now at the 10-foot volleyball stripe. Pieper wants the ball at the high post, right elbow. Doesn't get it. There's that heat check three we were wondering about from Blake Tyne. Short. Diolis going to go to the rim, and the layup gets him to 13 in the game, and that puts him at the 1,000-point plateau for his high school career. A tip of the cap to Scottsbluff senior guard Josiah Diolis. He's been a varsity player all 4 years of his high school career. Not only basketball, but played varsity football as a freshman also. Time starting to wind down on one of the more decorated athletes in Scottsbluff high school history. Josiah Diolis just got to 1,000 points for his career. Turnover on the other end by Mitchell. Scottsbluff now turns it over on the offensive end here on their side of the floor. Clarkson, I believe, whistled for the violation down low. 4:40 to play in the third. Reichert gives it to Austin Tyne. Tyne dribbling near the left corner, had it knocked away by Chance Parker. Blake Tyne will inbound for Mitchell. On the floor with him, younger brother Austin, still looking for his first bucket of the night, can't knock down the tray. Outlet pass to Diolis. He goes to the rim, counted in a foul. Chance for a three-point play. That foul will go on Keaton Reichert. So Diolis now has 4 in the quarter, 15 for the game. 4:27 to play in the third, and it's 50-27. Biggest lead is where we were at halftime, 46-21. They were up by 25. Sebastian Harsh comes onto the floor now for the Bearcats. And Diolis converts the three-point play the old-fashioned way. His first make at the line. Lead 51-27. Austin Tyne goes to the left hand on the dribble penetration, gets it to go off the square. His first bucket of the night. Diolis with Awayo defending behind his back, fires a pass into the right corner. Harsh's three flat and short, knocked away by Dawson Moore, punched it right into the hands of Chance Parker with a gimme layup underneath for the big guy. 53-29, leads at 24. Tyne, the long arm of the law underneath, and Parker knocks it away out of bounds. Mitchell will inbound with Blake Tyne playing it in. Pieper sets a screen. Now Reichert as they try to free up Austin Tyne. Instead, they lob it out high to Reichert. Catching at the foul line is Pieper. Backdoor cut. Blake Tyne. Shot comes off the iron. Harsh had it knocked away. Picked up the loose ball. Outlet pass up ahead to Darnell. Darnell scoop pass to Dawson Moore. He'll shoot the three, and Scottsbluff has their biggest lead of the night, as Dawson Moore now has 20 and the Cats lead by 27. Keaton Reichert into the paint. Scoop layup might have been partially deflected by a defender behind him trailing. Up top, Diolis. Can he knock down the three? Little short, and the ball ricochets long out of bounds. It'll go to Mitchell. 3:13 to play in the third quarter. Quentin Scott, the senior backup guard, off the bench to check in. Darnell will get a breather. 6 games between the Cougars and high school basketball tonight. Cougar doubleheader in Sterling. Tyne on the dribble penetration, and I think that'll be a block underneath called on Chance Parker. So 2 in Sterling with Chuck with the Cougar men and women. Jeff Kelly with the Gehring girls and boys tonight in Sydney. And I got you taken care of here on the TV side, 106.9 The Trail, with Scottsbluff at Mitchell. Austin Tyne knocks down the first at the stripe. Second on the way here in a moment. Lady Bearcats beat Mitchell tonight by 16. Tyne hits both. (56-31). Parker, right block, catch. Shot wouldn't go, right there for his own miss, and an easy stick back for Chance Parker. Chance has 8 in the game. Had 2 in each of the first 2 quarters. He's got 4 here in the third. Ohio, challenge shot by Harsh, and Ohio couldn't knock it down. This thing is on the verge of getting really ugly, if we're not already there. Scott in the corner left. Back to Deolis. Finds an open Dawson Moore underneath, and Dawson Moore continues his fine night. He's got 22. Cats with their biggest lead at 29 points, 60-31. Austin Tyne goes the opposite direction that the screen was being set, trying to get the defender to overplay. Now Tyne, a little bit of a push off with the right arm. They get it to the left wing, or right wing, on the dribble drive. Straight line drive from the right wing to the bucket. And Francisco Barrios has his first 2 points tonight. 60-33, Scottsbluff up big. Deolis, step back jumper, well defended by Ohio. Comes up short, ball goes out of bounds. Mitchell will get it back with 1:40 to play. And we start to see a little bit deeper down the bench now. Head coach Scout Golian going to go with James Bruner checking in, along with Isaiah Mendoza. We've seen Isaiah tonight already a time or two. Ohio to Barrios. High post, Blake Tyne. Defenders got hung up on one another. Tyne spun to his right along the baseline and had his shot blocked out of bounds. Sharing a laugh right there with Sebastian Harsh. Good interaction between the two teams tonight on the floor. All these guys are just buddies. Barrios, lefty scoop layup for 2. Back-to-back buckets for the 6'1 junior. Mendoza. Now Darnell leaves it for Quentin Scott. Looking for his second tray of the night. Halfway down it came out. Ball batted around underneath. Scott ran into Blake Tyne, I believe. He's still down on the far end of the floor. James Buck, the Scottsbluff athletic trainer, out to take a look at him. And he told Blake Tyne to go ahead and lay back down on his back. James Buck with some quick attention on the Mitchell senior. Injury timeout on the floor. We'll step away with just under a minute to play in the third quarter. Bearcats up by 25 right now on the West Coast scoreboard.
And don't forget our second location. Theodora Boutique is now located at the Otto & Company in downtown Scottsbluff. Still empowering women to look and feel their most confident. The same great boutique, now just down the street.
Couldn't tell if it was eye, nose, or mouth on time. They got him up quickly. He walked off under his own power. We'll take a look at him off the floor right now. Good sportsmanship. Plenty of the Bearcats dapping him up as he headed to the bench. Got knocked around on that loose ball. Mitchell has it. Barrios has 4 in the quarter. He drives. Reverse layup. A spinner won't go. Rebounded by James Bruner. Jack Darnell finds Scott on a diagonal pass. Ball deflected as Scott tried to get it to Harsh, top of the key. Scottsbluff I've got for 12 turnovers. Austin Tyne's 3 caroms off the iron. Rebounded by Mendoza. Up ahead quickly to Harsh. Back to Isaiah. Quentin Scott with 20 seconds to play in the quarter. We'll see how the Cats execute with Deolis and Moore on the bench here down the final few moments, I should say, here in this quarter as they look for the final shot of the third. Harsh has it. 7 seconds to play. Side screen and roll action. Harsh goes strong to the bucket. help defender comes. He found a wide open shooter, Mendoza. It would not go as the buzzer sounds. We might get a foul called against Scottsbluff as both teams head to their respective benches. 3 in the books here tonight at Mitchell. All Bearcats late in this boys matchup. They lead 60-35 right now on the West Coast scoreboard. Chris Cottrell back with you here from our Logos broadcast location courtside at Mitchell High School. Big shout out to Jimmy Rhodes, the athletic director here at Mitchell, all the administration allowing us to come down for our TV broadcast, radio of course here on the trail. Always had a great relationship with the folks here at Mitchell on the Rural Radio Network. Clarkson, high post left. On the lob to Chance Parker, and we almost got what we wanted to see right there. The big-to-big lob dunk opportunity for Parker, and they made the connection. Chance just could not throw it down. Not sure if that pass was exactly where he needed it to get the flush. Winds up a turnover on Scottsbluff. I've got him for 13. We get a whistle and a foul, an offensive foul called on the Tigers, and that one will go against Keaton Reichert. That'll be Reichert's second. He got off to a quick start with 6 points on a pair of 3 balls in the first quarter. And right now he's just at 8 points as we're early in the fourth. Dawson Moore leads all scorers with 22. Parker bounce pass to Clarkson. Clarkson looks opposite corner to Moore, who can't knock in the 3. Good to see Blake Time back on the floor. He's going to go right to the rim. Parker blocks his shot. Pieper grabs the miss. And Awayo right down the teeth of the defense. And we get a whistle and a foul called on Scottsbluff. That's number 3 on Chance Parker. Rylan Awayo converts the first at the stripe. All Bearcats tonight in both games. Awayo misses the second. Darnell, the rebound, the outlet pass to Moore. Moore right back to Diolis. Shakes his head, didn't like what he saw. Maverick style from Top Gun. Now Diolis into the paint, whistle and a foul on Mitchell. This one will go against Jonathan Pieper. Been a quiet night for Pieper. He had 4 in the first quarter, hasn't scored since, came in averaging 11 on the season. Pieper picks up his second. Josiah on the year at 79% at the line, hits both. He's got 18. .653 to play in the ball game. Keaton Reichert has it, wing right. Splits 2 defenders. Little runner, wouldn't go. Floater comes off the iron, ball loose, grabbed by Clarkson. Dawson Moore has it for Scottsbluff. Into the front court with a crossover dribble to the right elbow. Leaves it with a lefty pass to Clarkson. Slips one in on the bounce to Parker. Back out front. Whistle and a turnover, I believe a travel called against Dawson Moore. Austin Tyne will come in for Barrios. .6:28 to play in the game. Blake Tyne showing no ill effects, ready to fire at will. Can't knock down the three, and then he commits a reach-in foul as Darnell was trying to go the other way with a basketball. Jim pretty dead here at this point of the night. 62-36, 12 to play in the game. Scottsbluff in the half court. Darnell down to Parker. They run two defenders at chance. He tried to look opposite to a cutting Sam Clarkson, and Sam couldn't handle that pass, and it goes out of bounds. Now Scottsbluff gets a steal on an errant pass from Keaton Reichert. Under 6 minutes to play in the game. Scottsbluff will improve to 11-1 here in a few minutes, up big. Diolas to Parker. Outside Clarkson, risking that 100% three-point percentage on the air, and that one woefully short by about 2 feet. He was thinking about that percentage when he released it. Nobody back defensively. Oh, I'm chuckling at Sam. I apologize. We get a whistle and a foul called on the big guy. That's his second. And Awayo will shoot two here at the stripe. Legitimately thought Sam would not shoot another three all year so he could finish with that percentage at 100%. I think he was thinking about it on the release. About 2 feet short of the rim. Awayo. Got the layup, couldn't get the free throw and the three-point play. Clarkson down low and misses the left-hand finish from point-blank range. Contested shot. Now Reichert shoots one off the air duck. So Mendoza and Reichert. Isaiah Mendoza's loving it. Now he's joined with a ball off the air duct tonight. So Reichert and Mendoza have had shots blocked by the tallest defender in the building. Whistle and a foul on the dribble penetration. Blocking foul against Mitchell's Rylan Awayo, that's his third. Diolas at the foul line. And Josiah connects on another. 5 for 5 at the line, came in at 79%. So he's up over 80 now on the year, obviously. And continues to shine at the line. 4 for 4 in the quarter. He's up to 20. 64-48, all Bearcats. Blake Tyne. Hesitation. Defender got in the air. He goes to his right with one dribble and knocks down the long two. Blake Tyne has 15 for the Tigers. A little over 3 minutes gone by here in the quarter. Good look from Clarkson to Darnell. He'll drive baseline. Finds a cutting Sam Clarkson who puts it in off the backboard. Clarkson has 9 points now in the game. Scottsbluff turns it over right after a Mitchell turnover. Austin Tyne left a three short. Underneath, that ball dropped right into the hands of Jonathan Pieper, and Pieper lays it in. He's got 6. Dawson Moore's play looks like a noon game at the Y, or a summer scrimmage at this point. Dribble penetration, count it, and a foul for Blake Tyne. Tyne now has 17 to lead the Tigers. Harsh and Scott coming in for the Cats. It'll be Darnell and Clarkson heading to the bench. 4:02 to play in the game. Scottsbluff leading by 22 points. Looking for the three-point play, and Blake Tyne, a 65% foul shooter, hits it, and he's got 18 tonight, 66-45. 3 minutes and 56 seconds to go in this one. Dawson Moore, shot fake, up top, Harsh. Three, rattles around the iron, won't go. Tracking down the O board, Diolis. He'll circle back out top and reset. Josiah low to the floor, back and forth, right to left. Oh, nifty pass. Turned and started to walk the other way. Didn't even watch Harsh lay it up and in. Pretty stuff right there from Diolis. And one mixtape style on the finish. Here come the Cats. Diolis, acrobatic finish at the rim. Chance for a three-point play. The assist, one trip down. Now we get a whistle, and a tee, I believe, has been assessed to Mitchell. Maybe Tyne or Ohio, both were in the neighborhood of the official that slapped a technical on the Tigers. Josiah Diolis now has 22 points, and he'll shoot the technical foul shot. The foul went on Ohio, his fourth. Josiah is 5 for 5 in the quarter at the line. .322 left in the game. Diolis will exit. On a night where he goes over 1,000 points in his career, he finishes with 23. Now Dawson Morrill. So they backed everybody off the line. Josiah shot his foul shot after the bucket and a foul. Now Dawson Moore at the line to shoot the two technicals. And Dawson buries both. He's got 24. So the two big scorers getting it done in spades tonight for the Cats. Diolis 23. Dawson Moore has 24. Checking into the game is Ashton Martin, a 6'1 junior for Mitchell, as Blake Tyne will head to the bench. Mendoza, Bruner, Tyler Hari, Jackson Ostick, and Trace Travnicek, the five on the floor right now for Scottsbluff to close out the game tonight. Bruner, 3:12 to play in this game. Ostick picks up his dribble at the foul line. Bruner has it. James Bruner to Mendoza. Mendoza, wristband on the left arm. Bruner lobs it down low to Trace Travnicek. On the catch, he'll finish off the square. Travnicek, the 6'3 junior, into the book. And Reichert hoists a long three. Rebounded by Mendoza. It came off long. Isaiah grabbed it. 2:40 to play in the game. Mendoza being defended by Keaton Reichert. Ostick into the paint. We're going to get a whistle and a jump ball. Possession arrow will give it to Mitchell. 2:32 to play in the game. 75-35 all Bearcats here tonight. They lead by 30. Long faces over on the bench right now for the Tigers. Reichert and the Tynes. Paper will join him. Francisco Alvazar checks in, a 5'9 sophomore. Also in is Garrett Hessler, a 6'6 junior. Barrios behind the arc, dribbles inside the three-point line, and anymore they give you two. They do not give you 3 steps. You don't get 3, and a turnover on Mitchell and Barrios. 2:12 to play in the game. Mendoza to the rim. Can't finish with the left. Barrios grabs the miss. Here comes Mitchell. Quickly back the other way. Bruner going to be called for a foul, contesting that shot. This is it for the weekend for the Scottsbluff girls and boys. No action tomorrow. They'll play at Cheyenne South on Tuesday, at Cheyenne East on Friday, and next Saturday, Scottsbluff will host Cheyenne Central. Barrios gets 1 of 2. Building starting to file out to the exits here late tonight, under 2 minutes to play. Trevor Schwartz is into the game for Scottsbluff. Schwartz, Hari, Ostick, Travnicek, and Bruner. Barrios goes to the bucket. Travnicek there defending. Ball loose on the floor. Barrios has it. Gets it to Hessler. Hessler got away with a walk. They just didn't blow the whistle. Offensive rebound. Anderson, it won't go. Hari has it for Scottsbluff. He'll bring it across the timeline. Tyler Hari finds Jackson Ostick. Pump fake. Got it to Travnicek underneath. Had his shot block. Ball loose. Travnicek saves it in bounds. Gets it to Ostick. Ostick's pass to Trevor Schwartz off his fingertips, and the ball goes out of bounds. 1:19 to play, and Mitchell will continue to unload the bench here. $1:19 left. Mitchell will drop to 8-4, and Scottsbluff will improve to 11-1. This game, of course, no determination of any sort on what Mitchell's season could wind up being. They fell 1 win short of state a year ago, lost in Lexington against North Bend in a district final. Hope to get right back to that same spot this year and take care of business. Ostick's shot wouldn't go. Offensive rebound to Trace Travnicek. Travnicek has 4 here down the stretch to close out the night. Missed 3, Mitchell. Long rebound, Travnicek. Hari's got it, 33 seconds left. Tyler Hari into the front court. High screen set by Travnicek. Ostick on it. On the right side wing, Bruner gives it to Schwartz. He'll shoot the 3 off the iron. Rebound comes off, tipped out of bounds. Travnicek, hustle play, saves it in to Bruner. Bruner turns, faces, no one was there, went to the bucket, couldn't knock down the shot. Rebound, Travnicek, it won't go. Under 10 seconds left in the ball game. That might be the final shot of the night. It comes off short. Rebounding is Hari, and Scottsbluff dribbles out the final couple of ticks on the clock. A blowout win for the Bearcat boys tonight on the road here. Close to home. We'll take the short trip, and Scottsbluff will take the 27-point win. 77-50 the final score. Scottsbluff rolls tonight. They win big on the West Coast scoreboard. Doubleheader sweep on the road tonight for the Scottsbluff girls and boys. 16-point win for the Lady Cats over Mitchell, 60-44. And even bigger spread than that in the boys' game tonight. Scottsbluff over Mitchell, 77-50. Let's quickly get to a check of the post-game stats brought to you by Arby's. They are the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska. and Eastern Wyoming. Josiah Deolis needed 13 points coming into this one to reach 1,000 for his career. He got that and then some more. He finished with 23, a milestone night for Josiah Deolis. Dawson Moore, meanwhile, led the team in scoring with 24 points in this one, 9 over his season average. 9 points for Sam Clarkson. Chance Parker finished with 8. 5 off the bench for Quentin Scott. Sebastian Harsh off the bench with 4. And Trace Travnicek finished with 4 points in the final couple of minutes as head coach Scott Golian cleared the bench late for his Bearcats here tonight. For Mitchell, let's take a look at their side of the ledger. 1 in double figures. Blake Tyne had 18 points. 8 points tonight for Keaton Reichert. 6 for Jonathan Pieper. 5 points apiece for Rylan Awayo and Francisco Barrios. 4 for Austin Tyne. 4 points. He came in averaging 20. 3 points. Check that, 2 points for Jaron Anderson. For Mitchell by quarter, 15, 6, 14, and 15. Scottsbluff went 21, 25, 14, and 17 as the offense slowed down a bit after this game was well out of reach. 77-50, the final. Scottsbluff wins it big. We'll come back with our player of the game honors right after this, and we'll also talk with head coach Scott Golian in a bit when the Runs of Postgame show continues on the Rural Radio Network. Good thing Coach Golian's a basketball coach, folks. You got to be smarter. Coach, I'd be lying if I said I hadn't made that same mistake a time or two. Hey, let's start with Josiah. Then we'll get to the performance tonight. This kid's been a varsity 4-year player in football, basketball, really turned into one of the more storied athletes in SHS history. Goes over 1,000 points tonight for his career. Milestone evening for your senior guard.
Getting 1,000 points in your career is tremendous. I mean, we've been pretty fortunate at Scottsbluff to have a bunch of guys do it, but it's really a special achievement. And he's put in the work, and he put in work this offseason to get better, and he's come back a better player than he was last year. He's shooting it better. He's passing it really good. I mean, he's finding guys right now. I mean, tonight especially, I saw it and he's kind of come out with, and we had him for 6 assists as well. So
all-time leader in school history.
So he's putting up some numbers, and still got a long ways to go. And he's a great kid. I was joking with him; he could sign autographs after we talked. He was out here. He's really good with younger kids, and he's really good just in general with socializing, and I think he understands. I mean, he's grateful for everything that comes his way. He understands those people that have helped him along the way, and so it couldn't have happened to a better kid, and just really, really proud of him.
I went to pick up a Bearcat card, the cards they sell early in the year during the summer. School hadn't started. He came by my house one day. I wasn't there, so I told him I'll come by. Where do you want me to meet you the next day? He was at Monument Physical Therapy working. Met him there. Then before practice, I catch him on my block in the neighborhood mowing a lawn, and he had to finish up mowing the lawn to get packed up and get to football practice on time. And I'll bet you between the two work obligations that day, he found a way to get some shots up in the gym.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I mean, that's just the way he is. That's the type of kid he is, and I get compliments about him all the time. your point guard is such a good kid. I mean, he's so respectful. He's so nice. He hung out with a little kid. I mean, that GNAC I heard multiple times. Such a good kid. He hung out with my kid at the pool or in the hotel and just kind of hung out with them and being respectful with the trainers that tape his ankles on the road. So there's so many good things about him, and we could spend a long time talking about how good a kid he is.
When we spoke yesterday and when folks heard it tonight on the pregame show, you wanted to see improved offensive execution. It had been a point of emphasis at practice this week, and 21 in the first quarter, 25 in the second. You had to be pleased early.
Yeah, I thought number one, I wanted them to come out with the intensity. And I thought they came out with a ton of intensity and were ready to play tonight. Getting baskets and finding guys and defending. I mean, defended like crazy, I thought. Mitchell's very talented. They can shoot it. And I thought we did a very good job kind of, disrupting what they wanted to do. But yeah, offensively, I thought we were way more efficient. I thought we were finding open guys better. I thought we were moving better. Still some work to do, but from what we wanted to get done, I thought we did get accomplished in today's game.
I'm not sure what your box has. Maybe a few too many turnovers.
Yeah, especially to start the second half. I think we turned it over like 3 or 4 times out of our first 5 possessions, and that can't happen. They hit a couple shots, and all of a sudden their lead was shrinking, but I thought our guys did a nice job of regrouping and getting back after it. But we got to take better care of the ball. I mean, we're talented enough to score it a lot of times down, so we just got to, if we can cut those turnovers in half, I mean, maybe even, doesn't even have to be that many. I mean, there's games like the Hastings game, for instance. If we just take a little bit better care of the ball, we got chances to score. And if we can do that, then we're going to score probably 40 to 50% of the time.
Now, first half, Sam passed up an open 3. And I said, I got a feeling he is not going to shoot a 3 the rest of the year. He wants to finish with 100% on the stat line for his three-point shooting this year. It was in his head when he took one later, Coach, and that bad boy came up about 2 feet short of the rim.
I think he wanted it for a little while. Deep time down in the fourth quarter. I think he was wanting it, and then he finally got a chance. And, yeah, he short-armed that thing really bad, and But Sam's a good shooter. If he gets his feet set, that happens to everybody once in a while. So.
And hey, I know Isaiah was excited that Keaton found the air duct as well. We had two balls rejected by the biggest defender in the building tonight.
Yeah, this gym is unique in that regard with the vent, and told the guys before the game about it. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often, but it kind of affects you from that corner, that wing there, and I think I hit it when I played. I'll be honest. I think I hit it once. It's not like you have to shoot it really high to hit it. I mean, you got to have a pretty decent arc to get it. But
like Reichert and Isaiah, they have high arcing shots.
Both of those guys let it fly and get it high up in the air with a high arc. So for those guys, it's probably going to happen more often.
You get tomorrow off, and then Cheyenne week awaits. Tuesday at South, Friday at East, Saturday home against Central. Are either of the games there at Story? Or are they both on campus?
I think they're all on campus.
Both?
As far as I know.
Okay, that'll be fun. I haven't been to East.
I haven't been to South.
I haven't been to either, actually.
Yeah, they're both, South is basically the same team as they were last year. They returned pretty much everybody, and they're improved, and he's got them playing pretty well right now. And then East I watched them this week, and man, they are athletic with the 2 twins, and they got a bunch of guys that can play right now. It's going to be a tough game. And then Central, I think we know, they got the big 7-footer coming to town, and this is a huge week for us, and not much time to practice, so we're going to have to just get after it with what we've been doing and see what we can do against these guys.
Always a grudge match game for me against Coach Tag Lane.
They're well coached. They get after it, and they got some guys to run around right now. For sure.
No doubt about it. Coach, congrats on the win. Tip of the cap to Josiah on the big milestone night. Scottsbluff now 11-1, bounce back win after the loss last weekend in Columbus against Hastings. Enjoy the rest of the weekend off, Coach.
All right, thanks, Chris.
Once again, the final 77-50. We'll come back with Player of the Game honors right after this on the Rural Radio Network. Nice win. .37, correct, Sarah? To our Taco John's Player of the Game. Dawson Moore scored 24, but when you get a milestone night like Josiah Diolas had tonight, it's an easy call. 23 in the win. Needed 13 to go over 1,000 points scored in his career. He got that and then 10 others on the night. So 23 combining for 47, Diolas and Moore, but Player of the Game honors tonight go to Diolas. Outstanding young man, outstanding athlete, goes over 1,000 points in his prep basketball career. Player of the Game honors brought to you by Taco John's of Scottsbluff and Gehring. Make it a game day tradition. Unwrap the original before or after every game. We'll come back and wrap up our broadcast tonight right after this on the Rural Radio Network. Tonight here at Mitchell in a convincing way. They win big 77-50. Earlier tonight, the Scottsbluff girls win it 60-44 over the Lady Tigers. We're wrapping things up right now. Big thanks to all of our TV crew on site tonight. Sarah back at the KNEB studios getting us on and off the air. Everything else in between this evening. She always does a great job. So big thanks to all the help with the Rural Radio Network this evening as we call it a weekend for the Scottsbluff girls and boys. We'll have Gehring doubleheader action tomorrow, TV and radio with Jeff on 93.3 KMOR. Scheduled to start at about 3:15. Boys game will tip at, the girls game first at 3:30. Boys scheduled for about a 5 o'clock start tomorrow evening. Chuck Schwartz wrapping things up tonight on KOZY 1013. Cougar men and women were on the road at Sterling to take on NJC. That's a wrap from here at Mitchell tonight. 77-50 the final in the boys game. Scottsbluff a winner in both. They take the girls action 60-44. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night weekend, everybody. So long and good night.